Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel, everybody. We are live in San Diego. I almost said San Francisco. San Diego, California.
We're not in Kansas anymore.
We're not in Kansas anymore. We had a quick setup for the background. This isn't the finalized version because they all look like they're on the rack. But how's it going, everybody? Dennis and I are here for Comic-Con all 4 days.
I thought we were here for the Del Mar opening.
Oh, that's it. Yes. No. Yeah. Because I'm
that was today. We missed it.
We missed it. We're here for Comic-Con. We come here every year. This is my 30-something. I can't remember. 36, 37, maybe.
Yeah, I can't remember. Is this 18, 19? It might be in the 20s. Who knows at this point? So.
I missed 2 in the early 90s. 1 in the 80s, and then 1 in the aughts. So not many. How y'all doing today? So we're going to be live streaming almost every night, hopefully every night. And these are just going to be casual chats with y'all because Comic-Con hasn't happened. Actually, preview night is going on right now.
Yep.
And
they just went in about an hour ago.
They just started up. Usually that's for people hunting for exclusives or just wanting to check it out. It used to be a casual, quiet affair. It is not now. It's one of the most crowded nights.
Thank you, Dakota Stanton, $5, because we were just talking about how can you imagine what the STD dumbasses think B'Elanna Torres looks like?
Can you imagine? I don't know. STD is a problem. It's an itchy, rashy little problem that we have to deal with, and we need to be the penicillin, and we also need to find a hashtag for our fan movement on that one. I'm still I kind of like save the Prime canon. I think that's good, but something Doomcock can bring up hopefully, and he can lead it. I stopped watching Cass Anvar BTS Expanse to watch you guys. What? Live. Oh, Buzz Talk. He's on Buzz Talk. Glad to see you guys on the stream. Glad to see you, Dante S. Glad you chose us.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll go watch Cass Anvar later. Did you hear anything? Is he going to be at con? I imagine they're going to be at con.
They're going to be.
Yeah.
If they're doing an Amazon thing, they're going to be here.
Yeah. the head writer is going to be here. So they didn't show anything for the boys too, and I think they're going to be showing stuff for the boys. Oh yeah, by the way, we got them in. It's not perfected yet. This is a prototype, but we're well on our way to having them made. So yes, the Nerdrotic t-shirts are a thing.
He would show you the back, but if he does that, then everything comes down.
Everything comes down.
So
yeah, we had So I had to put a check into the hotel later, and I thought I had a whole background I was going to put up. Had to kind of rush it. Next one will be better. But
yeah, so we are at the hotel right now. Move Fanobi, not my place. So
yeah, we're about 5 or 6 miles away from the con, just over the hill. We're in a place called Mission Valley, where there are 2 ginormous malls. San Diego, if you're not familiar with San Diego, it is a lot of beaches, a lot of malls, a lot of shopping centers. You can call it Strip Mallia. If you like,
yeah, it's suburban,
It is really spread out. Yeah. McMansions everywhere.
Yeah,
and this is where I grew up. And this is where Dennis lives now.
Yeah.
So yeah, did you hear anything interesting from the Cass Anvar Buzz Talk? I'd like to get him on. I think it'd be good.
Cass Anvar,
yeah.
Well, I was watching Kinks. Lola is what David Letham says. Watching Kinks. Just making sure I actually read that right. That's all I was.
We're trying to work out our chat situation here because the cell phone coverage here it's terrible.
Philip A. Demick says the t-shirt made from proto molecules. Kind of.
It is
vinyl.
It is. It's not. It's not the final version. I'm not 100% happy with it, but we will have the ones you guys get are going to be good. I'm going to have those made locally in San Francisco by a printer that Melissa and I know. So
a artesian, one-legged artesian I don't know. I'm losing it now at this point. So anyway, Move for Nobody says your effort for the studio setup is admirable, Gary. You set up all that stuff for us. You fucking rock, dude.
Thanks.
I sat over in the chair because he wouldn't let me touch anything. So I was just like, go ahead, do what you're gonna
That
do.
is not true. That is not true. He sat over in the chair criticizing, doing what he does.
I didn't criticize. I was looking at news. I was reading news to him as he serenading him with news.
So Dennis showed me a trailer today of a show I am so fired up about, and I forgot who's the guy who plays what is his name?
Neil McDonough, or you're talking about Littlefinger?
Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Littlefinger's in it. And it's called Project Blue Book, and the guy who plays Littlefinger, who I'm spacing his name right now, plays Dr. Alan J. Hynek, and it's a serious take based on quote unquote true events, but not from the skeptic's point of view, on Project Blue Book and why it was shut down, and I guess Hynek's journey from a skeptic to a believer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's by Robert J. Zemeckis, and it looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, he is the producer, Robert Zemeckis, and I think he directed the first episode, if I'm not mistaken. And Neil McDonough actually plays the colonel that he keeps running into all the time, the Air Force colonel, who is in on all of this stuff.
Aidan Gillen, thank you. Aidan Gillen.
Yes.
Aidan Gillen. If you would have asked me his name when we weren't live streaming, I would have remembered. The trailer looks amazing. It's on the History Channel, which is interesting. But yeah.
Yeah, well, the History Channel's been doing some really good stuff. I mean, Vikings
yeah,
is good.
Vikings is good.
Yeah. And yes, Viking Bitch, I was being a booth boss. Sit laugh on the side.
I wouldn't say boss. Starts with a B, ends with a ch.
I was not a booth bitch, No, I wasn't.
Pre-X-Files sounds like David Latham. Yeah, it does. But it looks, I don't know if you guys saw the trailer. It looks really good.
Yeah, I posted it up. Take a look on the Facebook page, and the trailer is attached to it as well. So it's really good. Some good stuff, and the music actually sounds pretty good. Thank you, Mary Ashmead. Says $2 for some silkscreen T-shirts and women's shirts.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. We'll not forget the ladies. No, not. Yeah, Zemeckis. I love Zemeckis. As a matter of fact, I've grown to love Zemeckis more than I like Spielberg now. I love most of his movies. The man's a genius, and I'm glad he's behind this. It'll be, a nice serious take on it. Probably like from his Contact a little bit. And I like that the fact that somebody is making this stuff who might possibly be a believer.
Yeah. And see you, Dakota. Says got to go to work.
Bye, Dakota. Dakota's always going to work. You work too much, Dakota.
Yeah.
Take some time off. Come to con.
Dante S says, I just discovered HBO's old show Rome. It's amazing.
It is.
It is.
They canceled it due to it being too expensive.
It's way expensive.
But it's so beautiful, that show.
And Movie for Nobody says, History Channel is the new MTV and Science Channel, making shows that have nothing to do with their name. Yeah, they're probably going to change their name more than likely fairly soon. Kind of like True TV that used to be Clue TV that used to be Court TV. So yeah, that's probably going to happen.
Clue TV. How could they possibly have thought that was going to work? I don't know.
I don't know. It was CLOO.
Is there a cops network that just shows cops all the time?
I think it's called Fox. No, it's actually, it was Paramount. Now it's Paramount. It used to be, I can't remember what it was called before. That was actually where they had Attack of the Shell on. C4.
G4?
G4.
Yeah.
G4, there we go. And they had cops on all the time, but they never kind of moved from that format, if you will. David Latham says, Gary, will you have online virtual boxes in your new store?
Yes. Absolutely. You will be able to subscribe from anywhere on planet Earth.
Jody says, yeah, same here at Viking Bitch. I prefer the Discord. Oh, thinking of Spike. Yes, I am, Carrie. Thank you. Spike TV is the one that had cops on all the time.
Is that what has cops all the time?
Yeah.
Is there some new cop show where they're like live on and they're like following them around live? Did I see something like that? Maybe I'm imagining.
Well, that is cops. Oh, you mean like live? Well, they used to do it on Fox for a while there too.
Movie Finobi, to answer your question, the Discord server will go live today. Said by Gary using Comics Division sense of timing. Absolutely. Guilty as charged. Our wonderful patron Lawrence Howe is setting it up, and it might be done. I need to ask him. I'll ask him after the live stream. He was setting it up when I left, so I think it might be done. Yeah, that's live PD. Thank you, Carrie. I thought I saw something like that. Is that a good? That looks crazy. That sounds absolutely insane. Somebody's gonna get killed live on the air.
Viking Bitch says, all I want for Christmas is a Discord hangout with Nerdrotics. You all can have the t-shirts.
Cass Anvar does some great behind the scenes videos, shows the Rosie, Double Down Day, etc. Nice.
So that live PD shows, Carrie Dalton says it's on A&E Friday and Saturday nights.
I'm gonna have to watch that. In rehabs and prisons, Cops is an incredibly popular show. I don't know why. I don't know why that's the last thing in the world you'd want to watch.
Yeah, but
it is an incredibly popular show.
And Slurmy Scott says, yeah, they film here in Columbia, South Carolina, called Live PD.
Oh man,
yeah. And yeah, Mako, Joaquin Phoenix. So that's part of our other news there. The Joaquin Phoenix Joker origin movie now has the title Joker, and it's supposed to be coming out October 4th, 2019. So it has a date now. And as Mako puts it, she, I don't know who, Joaquin Phoenix only needs to play the crazy Emperor Commodus from Gladiator. That's the best Joker ever. I don't know. I mean,
I think Joaquin Phoenix will be a great Joker. Yeah. I repeat what I said the last live stream, a couple live streams ago, that I think Todd Phillips has the chops to direct this. Martin Scorsese being behind it. I don't know how much involvement he's going to have, but I like that. I love everything about it except it being an origin.
Yeah, the origin's kind of weird. Very weird. I don't know why they're going to do it, but everything has to have an origin, right?
No, it doesn't.
Movie Finobi says, wonders if we need t-shirts when most of us sleep naked. Remember, we need nerd crew on the streets, not between the sheets.
It's much better than Cops. The great hook is they have Central Studio, so it's like a wrap around sports show. Think NFL Red Zone with policing.
And he gets.
We have an update. We have an update. A tweaker has been pancaked, in a trailer park.
I think I saw this movie. It was called Running Man.
Yeah, we're living in it.
Jesus Christ, really?
How's it going, Brian Smart and Mary and Movie Finobi and David Lathan and Tim F. What's up? How's it going? Nerd Power. Damn straight. What's up, Lubella? Carrie?
Mako says, how can it be an origin story when Joaquin is like 50 years old? Are you sure about it? Yes, it is an origin story.
At least that's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying. They're saying Joker origin story.
But I question the Joker being 50 at his origin. I mean, he's kind of timeless, but I mean, wouldn't you think Joker be in his 30s, late 30s when he starts?
Maybe? Or his 20s when he starts.
Yeah. I mean, because there are times when he's like pounding the shit out of Batman, and a 50-year-old guy, I guess he could have old man strength, enhanced by the chemicals and all that stuff if they go that route.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So Movie Finobi says, yes, Mary, a neurotic tank and panties. Isn't that your selection? That's right. Mary did actually mention that she wanted a tank and panties.
Tank and panties. Okay, we will have them designed. We listen to you guys, whatever you want. I mean, I guess it is nerdrotic. It could be nerdrotic wear, nerdrotica, something.
Philip A. Demick says Bailey, the villain from Cleopatra 2025, would make the best Joker.
That's a good point, David Latham. How old was Nicholson at the time? He was in his 50s.
Yeah, he was.
Good day, Tarka Jedi. How's it going?
Lubella says, I'm very wary of this new Joker movie. Yeah, I still don't know what to say about it. it's too soon. And once we start seeing some pictures from it, maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. So we just got to wait. It just seems like they're rushing everything. Way
it's
too
coming
much.
out next October.
Yeah.
So, and it doesn't start shooting until November, you said?
It's like September or November, something like that in New York City. And I think it's November if I remember correctly.
So even if, okay, say it's September, even if it's 13 months. Yeah. So this must be like a one-man play or something like that, or just it takes place in the same street. I can't see them going to a lot of locations, and it's probably just shot in New York. Yeah.
And yes, Lubella, Leto is still the other Joker, if you will, that's going to be in the other DC movies that aren't going to be attached to the regular DC EU. So it's kind of weird.
Tarka Jedi's playing in a chess championship tonight. Any tips for my friends about playing in the finals? Don't fuck up.
Don't think about Pampers.
Yes.
Okay. There you go. That's about all I can think of. Mary Ashmead says at Neurotic Channel, no, that's what I said. I wear to bed, laughing my ass off. I just want a tighter fitting V-cut women's t-shirt. Sorry, you're getting tank top and panties where it's already been put down. So that's what you're getting. And the pants optional thing, you don't know what we're sitting in right now, here in the hotel room.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wearing shorts or no pants at all.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Leave it to the imagination.
I'm not going to move my legs. I'll probably knock down the camera if I do. So that's all I'm going to
he's not allowed to move. I have it actually taped. He's boxed in right now.
I am. It's like if I move this way just a little bit.
And I'm trying to read the chat around a microphone thing. I'm going to have to go like this once in a while.
Okay, so Mako says true fans are pantless. Exactly.
Yeah. Where's your dedication?
Tim F says gods know Leto sucks as Joker. Suicide Squad ate as much balls as Justice League. Yeah. We mentioned the dance that the what was her name? The Enchantress did, the weird undulation dance.
Yeah. The funniest part was watching the behind the scenes when they were shooting that with no music, and I could see why the actress was uncomfortable because they kept yelling "cut" in the middle of stuff, and she was, and it just looked like she was undulating. I think that's for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Mako says, and we can't see your hands either. God knows what's happening there. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
So Jody asks, didn't we get an origin pretty much with Killing Joke? Killing Joke has always been an Elseworlds to me.
Yeah.
This is a possible origin. And if there is a Joker origin, that would be the one I would accept in canon. And I think DC has. You never know for sure for DC. They're well on their way to another reboot, it looks like. So.
Oh, yeah. Brian Smart says, Gary, wasn't there a one-off story where Batman tried to save the man who would be Joker and bats couldn't get to him in time and he fell into a chemical vat? Yeah, there was something like that. I remember briefly for some reason. I don't remember why. I think it was a one-off story.
When did it come out?
I think it was like in a Batman annual or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say.
I haven't read every Batman comic. I'll be honest with you.
Hey, there you go, Tarka Jedi. Don't wear pants to the chess tournament. There's your winning edge.
Yes. Checkmate.
And make sure you cross your legs when you do it.
Yeah.
When you say that.
Just like Basic Instinct. As a matter of fact, do that every time you do a move. No pants, do a Basic Instinct, and then make a chess move. Or right when they're going to make a chess move.
Yeah. So David Latham, ouch. I like DC movies. Want directors out. Want directors cut Justice League.
Yes. I do too.
I just want to see like a good DC movie for a change. Something that's not going to be horribly bad.
Look up. Did I miss your Fig Leaf? Bad Bunny TMI. There's a lot of TMI. I saw Bad Bunny say something earlier. Did I miss it?
I just saw the TMI.
Hi, for one, I saw that one. I saw him with something with a timestamp. Sorry if I missed it, Bad Bunny. It's gone now.
Yeah, I don't know where it's at.
You could throw it back up, Bad Bunny. Sorry about that. Sometimes the chat like only goes up so far for us. So.
Yeah, and we're also looking at a very tiny font, really far away. So
I can try to change that. Let's see.
And while you're doing that, Jody says, and Leto also used the role as an excuse to be a douche to his castmates. Yeah, I don't know if he used it as an excuse. I think he's just a douche. That's all.
Is that true?
Yeah, he was sending them like use condoms and dead mice and stuff like that.
Is that better?
Oh yeah. Oh, much better.
Oh my God, that is great. I need to have the chat like that. It's basically, it looks like a children's book with a magnifying glass.
Instead of old man straight.
Yeah.
I can actually see.
The White Toy sitting on the coffee table, season 3, episode 6, 1755, as Prax look wherein children play Deja Vu.
The white toy sitting on the coffee table. There's a coffee table.
He's talking about in Expanse. I'll have to check that.
I don't know.
Look where the children play Deja Vu.
And Jody says, "Oh, are they basing these Joker films on the stuff Jeff Johns did with multiple Jokers existing or something? Can't remember the title of that arc, but is that what they want? No, these are totally separate Jokers. They're not in the same universe, supposedly.
Well, there's that whole rumor that Jared Leto's was actually going to be Jason Todd.
Yeah.
If they did that, I'd be sold.
Yeah, that
100%.
would be nice. I wouldn't mind that at all, to tell you the truth. Carrie Dalton, terrified that Shazam will be awful. I love Zach, Levi, and Chuck, but every pic I've seen of him in the costume looks weird and just not getting a good vibe. So the reason why he has those puffy arms on him is they are going to digitally sculpt the muscles down a bit. So they're going to go down from that instead of up, if that makes any sense.
That sounds really hard. Like, why? It sounds like it didn't work out. They thought it would look good on film, and it didn't, which shit happens like that. They probably have to do that a lot, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Seeing you both in the same place is meta as fuck. I know. But are we really in the same place?
Yeah, Brian Smart. Two-Face's origin was he was sprayed in the face by acid in the courtroom at the trial of Joker. Yes, Joker was spraying his little lapel flower that had acid in it, which God knows why he would have that in the courtroom, why the cops let him have it.
It's Gotham.
Yeah, that's true. They are pretty stupid. And Batman was trying to save him at the time and was only able to cover half of his face.
Carrie Dalton, terrific. Terrified Shazam will be awful.
Yeah, I already
heard that one. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so it seems like they're trying to shoehorn Zach Levi in a bunch of stuff too. And I don't hate the guy. It just, he gets a lot of chances where people don't, where other people don't.
Yeah, he gets way too many chances, unfortunately, and it's I don't know why. I really, really don't know why. But speaking of some good stuff, because we're talking here, we had some people talking about that Shazam might be ruining their childhood. Speaking of childhood things, Creepshow. Remember Creepshow? So Greg Nicotero from Walking Dead, the guy who does all their special effects and things like that, is going to be heading up a Creepshow anthology series on AMC's Shudder channel.
Which is just online streaming?
Yeah, it's online streaming. I think they have an app too, like you can run it through, TV sets and Fire TV sticks and all that kind of stuff. Roku, whatnot.
Yeah, it sounds. If Creepshow comes back, I'm happy as long as it's good. It kind of sucks. That's on a weird.
It's
Shudder,
horror, but
yeah. Maybe it'll be good. Yeah. I'm excited. I love Creepshow. We were just talking. I love that fucking show so much.
The movie. Yeah, the movie was awesome.
I've never heard of Shazam or Creepshow. What? Mako? You're fucking with us. Justice League Dark. That would be badass. David, it would. It'd be very badass.
Well, they're doing it in comic form right now. I know they're doing a new Justice League Dark in DC.
Yep.
They just announced that
today. We want a film.
Yeah. And I remember back when Doug Liman was attached to direct that.
Oh yeah, Guillermo del Toro was
Yeah.
attached to one. He was the most recent one.
Actually, Doug Liman was the last one, and then he went off to go and do some other stuff because they couldn't get their shit together.
The silver action figure, it does have a head. Okay, it's RoboCop without his mask on. It's just a very tiny head.
Mm-hmm.
It looks kind of headless though from here.
And whatever you do, don't look right above my shoulder right here.
No, you're not supposed to point it out, dude. We had to see if somebody see.
Oh, man. I'm sorry, it just makes me giddy. Carrie Dalton says Justice League Dark only if Zatanna keeps the fishnets. Exactly. She needs to keep. And honestly, for fuck's sake, how hard is it to do a Zatanna movie?
Well, I think it would be very problematic in this time. It's because she can't wear fishnets, and
the Paul Dini book was you have your blueprint right there.
Sorry, but the reason people read Zatanna was top hat and fishnets.
Yeah.
So they'll probably put her in like a combat, like baggy jeans, or not jeans, but the pants with all the damn pockets. And
yeah, exactly.
Paul Dini's Zatanna was a wonderful, wonderful series, and it really pissed me off that it got canceled for New 52.
And yes, Mako, I did see that Matt Reeves is making a new sci-fi show, and I couldn't see. They didn't have the news about what it was called, and it was very confusing actually in the article itself. They just said that he's making a new sci-fi show, and it was a very weird article that I was reading. It looked like it was written honestly by somebody pounding on the keyboard. There was a lot of weird symbols in it and stuff like that. Otherwise, I would have posted that information.
Yeah, it'll be Zatanna in cargo pants, not khaki but black.
Excuse me.
And yeah,
not cargo shorts,
because we can't have our cargo pants, and that'd be weird. Well, cargo shorts would be a little bit better, but
yeah. And well, she'll also have leggings on underneath the cargo shorts. So yeah, there you go. How's your father? Says I need to watch Cecil on the Cancer Cast.
You need to go. Is he on this Cancer Cast right now? Have fun. I can't watch the Cancer Casts. They are appropriately named. I am a fan of Nurkish and Cecil. Don't get me wrong. But I can't get through the entire thing. Cecil's funny. Cecil's pretty funny. He's a YouTuber.
Okay.
He's drunk when he does his live streams. And
Carrie Dalton says, say what you will about Smallville, but they got Zatanna character right. And the actress is perfect. Yeah, they did.
Absolutely. Then she played Medusa and they shaved her head.
Come on, but that's what you're supposed to do with Medusa.
Yes, but the top hat and fishnets are just Zatanna's shtick. She's also a stage magician, for goodness sake. Also, didn't Dini marry an actual stage magician? I guess he really loves Zatanna. Yeah, that's good for him.
Mako, in all honesty, I tried getting into the DC comic books, saw Bendis' name on Superman, and left the comic shop, never came back.
Take it easy, David Latham. You have a good day. We will have fun and report more from Comic-Con. I can't wait. We're hitting it tomorrow. We're actually tomorrow's shopping day. What are we going to tomorrow? We're thinking about
Batman Beyond. Oh, what we're going to go and see tomorrow. We have Clone Wars with Dave Filoni. The 10-year anniversary of Clone Wars, which he's supposed to announce something. We don't know what.
Yeah, I want to. Anything Goes with John Barrowman is awesome panel, and sorry. And that's Captain Jack, by the way, the original Captain Jack. And that is going to be fun. And then it's followed by Night Flyers. We might try to catch that. But there's also Iron Fist Season 2 later that night. So we might want to check that.
Exactly. I'm really actually looking forward to that because they're going to introduce Steel Serpent. They've been teasing it all this time on Twitter. And very much looking forward to that. Feisty fan, hey Feisty fan, she says hi everyone. Had to give a thumbs up and support the channel.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. There's also a Helen Slater Supergirl Blu-ray thing with Mark McClure. I kind of want to go to that too.
Yeah, I want to go to that, but the only thing is, it just kind of runs over into the that Iron Fist panel. That's
There's
the thing.
Also a chance for you comics people that DNC, y'all out know who DNC is out there. There's actually a diversity in comics panel that he might go to, that I might go to see. That might be funny.
Jody asks, how many streams will you be doing tomorrow at Comic-Con, Gary and Dennis?
At least 2.
Yep.
At least 2. We'll do one at night, and we'll be popping up on our Facebook page from On the Floor stuff. And if something like really amazing hits, then I'll run outside and do a live stream. Captain Jack and Torchwood was great up until Children of Earth. Then it sucked after.
Yeah.
I like Children of Earth, but after that, the damn thing that was on Showtime, I didn't like it. I didn't like it very much.
Carrie Dalton, did people see the announcement of the upcoming MST3K comic book from Dark Horse? I like the hook and it looks good. Fingers crossed. Huh? Didn't hear about that one.
You know who was behind a lot of that Torchwood stuff? Movie Finobi is Chris Chibnall too. Him and Russell T Davies. That show could never find its feet. It was always so different, and it should have been great. It should have been great. I don't know. It just didn't know if it wanted to be adult or Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And it should have just committed to being adult Doctor Who.
Jody says, ooh, will they finally make Danny wear the suit? Well, he is wearing a suit. We already had an allusion to that at the end of the Defenders. That he was wearing a suit. Not his suit, but someone else's suit.
I tell you what, right now, if I go through that whole panel, we find out that he's just wearing like that, whatever, the sweat jacket. I'm kind of out.
Yeah. I think that's one of the questions we need to ask. Like, are you going to wear the fucking suit?
You're going to wear a costume? Yeah. Like,
yeah.
Why are you not wearing a costume? This is like the one guy who needs to wear a costume.
Thank you, Viking Bitch. $5. Bum, I missed you last night, but glad to see you today.
We were sorry to miss you. It was a kind of a surprise live stream that went away into the ether.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to barrage the channel with 2 minutes. Like, we're gonna do a lot. I don't know how many we're gonna keep up, but I will put them on the website so you can see them.
Mako says, "Will you go to the STD panel?" Sorry, didn't hear if you missed it. Does a Pope shit in the woods? Yes, is the question. Is the answer to that question?
It's conflicting with something, but I'm fine. I might have to give up on that something to go, because I think it'd be really fun to run into the SDP panel and just scream "Hail Doomcock" at the top of my lungs and then run out. and you know, like, okay, this is nothing against Doomcock. All right. We might get a spattering of applause, or somebody will go woohoo, but next year it will erupt in applause, I predict. But,
thank you, Morks. Morks is out. Good night.
Good night, bye, Morks. See you next time.
Yeah.
And thank you for all the well wishes, everybody. We're having a great time. It's fun. Well, it was a lot of setup today, and but tomorrow will be a lot of fun. Welcome to sunny San Diego. What's up, crazy Carlos? I am so happy to be here. I had a carne asada burrito already. I went to my hometown of Encinitas and hung out a little bit. Went to Lose Records.
Thanks, Carlos. I actually just traveled from my house from El Cajon over to San Diego, so thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah.
Philip A. Demick, did any of you see the Doctor Who spin-off The Class? I heard it was getting a second season and tying in with Torchwood.
What? I thought it got canceled.
I heard it got canceled.
That's interesting. I hope they do that. Okay. Because that was kind of my thesis of like what's happened to Doctor Who. And for one, okay, yes, I saw every episode. It was pretty bad. And the thing is, like, for one, what hurt it was its name. I think Class is just a bad name for a Doctor Who spinoff. It could have gotten better. It had an interesting premise. Some of the kid actors were not great. Some of them were. Some of them were very good. The teacher who was actually the subjugated protector of that kid, I liked a lot. But yeah, I don't know. The show really failed, and it just wasn't magical or fun. It was way too serious. for a Doctor Who side thing. And I know they were trying to be Buffy, but it was missing what makes Buffy special was the dialogue. Was simply the dialogue between characters, and it was missing
the banter that goes back and forth.
And they,
Bad Bunny, you know, life is going to hell when I want space herpes and STDs.
It is. You know, things are bad when I want to attend that panel.
Yeah.
I'll get booed.
What are you looking forward to in this con?
The Expanse and Legion.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Legion. I kind of find it weird that Legion's on the very last thing in Hall H on Sunday night.
I think it's cool because it's a Q&A. So it's basically just us talking. They're not showing anything off. It is them talking to the fans, and I fucking love that. And I want to go ask them a question. I want to be like one of those fans going, "You're awesome." I don't have a question, just a statement. You're awesome. I love that show so goddamn much, so I wouldn't miss that. But the Project Blue Book thing, when you showed me that trailer, it gave me goosebumps, man. I was like, fuck, I got to see that show. That looks so good. So that panel, I'm kind of looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I really, really wanted to see the Supergirl Blu-ray thing because Helen Slater's there. But it conflicts so
it does.
Yeah.
We made a list of what we're going to do, and then we prioritized it. And there's only like 4 things we have to see. And for me, it would be Expanse, anything the Expanse, then Legion, and then like after that, I'm cool.
Pretty much the Amazon panel, and I think you're going Project Blue Book, right?
Oh hell yeah! And then you're gonna go to
Orville, and right after the Orville is, and it's in the same ballroom, and I can't remember what it is now. Right after that, I'm blanking on it.
Yeah. Oh no, Deadly Class.
Deadly Class. Yeah. Thank you.
So you're going to be in Deadly Class while I'm in Project Blue Book.
Yes.
Hopefully, I'll catch some of the Orville. Supposedly, the Orville panel is supposed to be the shit this year. Like that is the panel. Seth MacFarlane. Okay, I've never liked Family Guy, but I love that he gave Harvey Weinstein jabs during the award shows and gave all the perverts jabs. I thought that was like kind of brave of him and awesome. And I have a lot more respect for the guy, plus the fucking Orville. Orville's the shit.
Mary Ashby says, I want to know if he's going to go full Legion with the hair like the comics. They did put the hair like the comics in.
But in the future, he's asking. I'm kind of hoping they do.
Yeah.
At some point. I hope. Yeah. I think it kind of looks like Miss Quill. Miss Quill was the most interesting character of the show. Class just lacked something. Yeah. Jody, it lacked humanity. It lacked charm. It lacked a lot of stuff. They took out the Doctor Who references. You wouldn't know it was a spinoff, not unless you saw the episode where Capaldi comes in. The Sarah Jane Adventures was a great Doctor Who spinoff. Oh my god, it's a kid show, but I love it to death. Actually, she's got I'm blanking on the name of the villain now. It was the Trickster. The best villain was the Trickster. The Trickster was awesome.
Huh. Lubella says Project Blue Book means something totally different to a law student.
It also I was waiting. Okay, Movie Finobi followed up what I was thinking.
Yep, I was waiting for
Movie Finobi. It's like you live in my mind, and I'm sorry for that in advance. I'll be Project Blue Balls until further notice.
Hey, by the way, I'm slapping my knee. And yes, it is Bear.
Okay.
TJ Warner says, enjoy SDCC for me. Sadly, I will not be in attendance again for the 43rd time.
Oh, well, that's what you have us for, TJ Warner. And honestly, all you're missing is a lot of, for lack of a better term,
sweaty people.
Nuts to butts. A lot of nuts to butts. Yeah. It's really crowded in there.
Sweaty.
What's up, Diffuse 56? My wife hates it when I use that term. Sorry, you probably do too. Mary says, absolutely, the Trickster. Yeah, the Trickster was creepy. Yeah.
Mako says, with neurotics, blue balls are a thing of the past.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
I don't want to know what you're doing, so I'm just going to leave it at that.
Blue Book is a method of torturing law students. Yep. Lubella? I did not know that. What's the method?
That's what they use to do all their testing.
Okay, gotcha.
That's Blue Book exams is what they call them. I know what that is. I knew a couple of law students in my time.
I knew some lawyers in my time.
You have.
I have. I've known a lot of lawyers in my time, to be honest with you, more than the average person.
Oh yeah, and it's a citation guide as well. Yes. So there is a different meaning. There are a couple different meanings for it.
What's up, Chris Counts? Yo, my dudes. I see the Fourth Doctor in his avatar. Bless you, sir. Bless you.
Hey, Diffuse. Yeah, and so there's also going to be a lot of. We talked about what we're going to pick up when we're there, toy wise. So we're both going for the Batman Beyond figure, which is from Mezco. I'm going to pick up the Voltron figure that you actually snap together and all that kind of stuff. The 7-inch Voltron figure, which looks pretty cool. And then we're also going to go to Dark Horse and pick up the Venture Brothers art book that they have going on, which looks really, really freaking cool.
Viking bitch, if you want one, we'll pick you up one.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah,
that offer is out there for you.
So the Mezco Batman Beyond, they also have a Punisher Batman Beyond as well.
What's a good picture of it right there?
Yeah.
Is that a good picture of it right there?
That was pretty
good. This is bad. Okay, so Mezco, you guys know that's pretty stupid for me to even tell you that I kind of like action figures.
He brought these all down in the truck, just so you know.
Yeah, these are just what's laying around. That's the stuff, some of the stuff is from the background. And I'm waiting for somebody to notice what's in between our heads. I'll tell you at the end if you don't notice. So yeah, that's the toy I want to get. That's so badass. So it's like a cloth costume. It's a 112 figure. They always come. The presentation on these things is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they usually come with different head sculpts. He has a Batarang as well that he has. And yeah, he has the jet boots that you can take out, which is freaking awesome. And a couple different hands as well.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
It's like $80, but it's worth it. So worth it.
Which is $5 more than it was last year. The prices have gone up.
Well, it's plastic,
It is plastic. Dakota was also in Project Blue Balls until he leaves the freezer. Yes, Dennis. The new Voltron from Netflix or vintage stuff from the 80s? Is this the new Voltron from Netflix or vintage stuff?
This is a new, it's the same Voltron. So just this one actually has the flaming sword, but you snap it together and you can actually take it apart into the lions, make it, turn it into the lions and all that stuff too. So it looks pretty, it's from Bluefin is the name of the company. And it looks really good.
James Hayes, IDW having anything related to Spider-Man and Avengers. I'm really pissed at IDW right now, James, and you know James. Okay, we run in the same circles and in the comic book realm. Aubrey Sitterson, enough said on that one. IDW's that's Marvel like throwing them a bone to keep them around. And a lot of these publishing companies, and Richard has talked about this with Antarctic Press, are side jobs. Like the people who run them have other jobs, like except for Nick Marucci from Dynamite. I think that's his gig, but he also runs Dynamic Forces. So a lot of comic book publishers that's like a side job for them, because there's no freaking money in it. I'm sorry to say, like a Dark Horse had to move to Milwaukee after moving to Portland. Which is sad, and even Image moved from
to Seattle
to Berkeley to Portland. I think
Seattle.
No, Seattle.
Seattle. Yeah, it was Seattle.
I think it was Portland.
Crazy Carlos says I've got 3 after parties, one for sci-fi people, and the other 2 the people who booked it. Didn't tell me any names, but I think it should be some Marvel people because we usually get them.
Nice. Oh, are you working it? That's awesome. Or are you just going? We saw the parties. You have to RSVP to all of them. I have no patience for lines. Plus, I don't drink. So, but I hope you have fun. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah.
My DMs are open on Twitter, by the way. You guys can always message me with anything. I'm going to try to find a way to open them up on Facebook. Okay. So people who have messaged us through the group, I haven't been able to see those things. It's because I didn't set up the group page. So there is a crap load of stuff that I just found out today that I missed. So I apologize. I feel terrible for it. I'm going to find a way to read it. The best thing you can do if you really want to get a hold of me through Facebook, I think you can open up your DMs. But if I can't, just friend me or send me a message and I have to approve it, but I'll see it. I get those on my phone. So the things I can get on my phone are the easiest thing for me to respond to. So if I haven't responded to something, please send it again. I apologize for not doing it. The channel got a little bigger over the last couple months, and it kind of overwhelmed me a little bit.
Philip A. Demick is Batman Beyond Batwoman's son. They are wearing the same costume now. No, actually, Batman Beyond came before Batwoman. Well, I should take that back. Comic book Batwoman's been around for a while. She had a different costume. Her costume has changed. It looks now like Batman Beyond a lot. But Batman Beyond, or Terry McGinnis, is actually the clone of Bruce Wayne.
Yes. If you've not seen that animated series, it's one of the best ever made.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And it's really a perfect way of passing the mantle down in a really perfect way. Like if they decided to make Terry McGinnis Batman someday permanently, I'd be okay with it. I'd be totally okay with it. Don't you bash Milwaukee, Gary. That's my job, says Dakota Stanton, $5. Dakota, didn't you go to work? Was that something? Yeah.
He's at work right now.
He's at a break. I'm glad you're watching us at work, Dakota. And my wife is right around that area right now. Tell her I said hi.
TJ Warner, when you dress the figure, it becomes a doll. Wife agreed.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah, it's an action figure.
It's an action figure. It's not a doll.
And all you're doing is you're staging it. That's the reason why you're dressing it.
Yep.
Okay. So is the Hulk copying a feel from Catwoman behind Dennis?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That's not Catwoman, though. It's Black Widow.
And yes, R2-D2 is not humping Spider-Man's legs. Someone had said that.
No. You guys got to figure it. There's something else going on there.
Yeah.
You got to figure it out. You win a no prize once you see.
Crazy Carlos says I have a picture with Sam Jackson last year.
Nice. I heard he's cool. I heard he's a really cool dude.
Yeah, I told you that Bob Hope Desert Classic when he came up, and my friend who was the manager at the time was kind of an asshole to him. So Artemis over Slurmy Scott says Artemis over easy. I think you're close. I see R2 being abused.
He's being abused. It's it's consensual, Slurmy. It's consensual.
Yeah. Louis Fano, he says Slurmy, maybe he just wanted R2 to hold his lightsaber.
Yes. He's just checking R2's oil. That's all. Thank the maker.
Tim F. Batman Beyond had great storylines, but the clunky animation killed the mood for me. The animation was actually fairly decent. They had learned a lot.
You got to look at it from Tim's point of view. Like, Tim, how old are you? Younger, or is that just like you're not a fan? Because you have to be a fan of that type of animation. I could totally understand that. Like if I showed that to my kids, they'd be all,
oh yeah,
whatever.
And Carrie Dalton, yeah. Do people remember the controversy over Batman Beyond Return of the Joker? One of the few times where the fans were listened to. Yeah, where they originally had the death scene of the Joker a little bit different than what happened. They have an edited version, a cleaner version, if you will. And it's like, no, you need to make it really kind of brutal. It works a lot better when it's the brutality, honestly.
Dante S. Wonder Woman 2 is next summer. And 420.
Pen Farm Girl had to blow the image up a lot. Lando is awfully small, but apparently big enough for R2.
There you go.
Cool.
Pen wins,
baby.
He's pansexual. Okay.
Thank you, Diffuse 56 420 is
the Wonder Woman figure anatomically correct? Which one? There is a Wonder Woman figure.
That's right behind your head, actually.
Yes, it is. Her arm is stuck up like this, though.
Viking Bitch says, have you heard if Gigi Edgley is signing autographs at con?
We can find out.
Crazy Carlos, the animated Batman is probably the best cartoon ever. Yeah, you know what's really good, Crazy Carlos, if you haven't done it, is if you have the box set, I have all the seasons, listen to the commentary, especially the Bruce Timm stuff, when they're talking about the animation. There's the one about the Almost Got Him, and they're talking about how messed up all the animation is in that episode, and how they're kind of disappointed they can't really watch it because of how bad the animation is. And I didn't notice it at first until they started talking about it, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's really messed up. So is that, and it gets really funny after a while because they're just talking about how bad the animation is throughout that entire episode. Tim F says, laugh out loud. Actually, Gary, I'm 43.
Oh, well, you're still younger than me. That's so maybe it's just not for you. I mean, like, that's it. It's a matter of taste, and we're not going to question your opinion or taste. I like it. It's the animation is not as good as the early Batman animated series or even the Superman stuff. I'll agree to that because it came out later, and the animation did get a little worse on Batman the animated series. But
well, they
were running out of money and stuff.
Yeah.
But I got you on that one.
And Penn Farm Girl, thank you, $5. You guys are the best. Have a great time and get us lots of stories. Yeah, that's what we're going to be working on, trying to get them out as much as possible.
We will, Penn Farm Girl, and you're the best.
Yeah.
Seriously, we are lucky to have you guys.
Jody, it was similar to the animation style from the Bruce Timm DC animated series, right? Batman Beyond. I mean, so the uncensored Return of the Joker version was a fan concession. So what happened was in Batman Return of the Joker gets killed by being shot in the chest with a one of those little bang flags that comes out of the gun, and it actually fires out of the gun and hits him in the chest, and it's kind of an ironic death. And he's still alive actually when it hits him in the chest, and he kind of goes, he kind of looks down and laughs a little bit and then dies. Well, people thought that was a little bit too brutal for a child to be killing him that way. And I don't think I'm spoiling anything because that thing's been out for 15 years now. And they ended up using gas, the Joker's laughing gas. That was the sanitizing it a little bit more.
I like that version better.
The gas?
The gas. I do. That's how you do the Joker in anyway. And that was how they got it. They talked about that. That's how they got around the Joker killing people. Like, he was just gassing people.
Yeah.
And I guess they told the censors, oh, they're all alive. They're just gassed. Which they're not. Hulk is pushing a brain bulb back in. Yes, he is. Well, okay, so that's the Marvel Famous covers Hulk. And it is the weirdest looking figure. They didn't do the greatest job on that.
He's giving me a scalp massage right now.
He is. You know what? I love a good scalp massage, to be honest with you.
It is actually pretty good. Copying a feel from Black Widow is what Viking Bitch says.
He kind of does look like he's grabbing her boob.
Actually, that is what Cap is doing.
Yeah. No, Cap's grabbing Wolverine's ass. Which Cap?
Oh, this Cap.
That's that one's grabbing Wolverine's ass. He's like back there going boop. Carlos, that's a great question. Johnny Pappas was asking us that too. Let's try to find a central location pretty close to con where we can meet up, like a bar or I don't drink, but or a coffee shop, maybe Lestat's.
Donut Bar actually has a pop-up donut shop. We could do it there.
Or a donut shop. Yeah. Where's that?
It's on 5th. I'd have to take a look at look it up.
All right. So
just
Carlos,
look for Donut Bar. Honestly,
I don't know if you follow us on Twitter or Facebook, we'll announce it there. I'll also mention it. You want to shoot for like Saturday? That'd be fun. Saturday or Sunday. Let's shoot for it. If you're not working or anything, I'd love, if anybody's down here and wants to meet up, we will figure out a way to meet up. Again, DMs are open on Twitter. Please hit me up.
Brian Smart, quick change of subject. Have you seen the new trailer for Bohemian Rhapsody? I have. I don't think Gary's.
I saw it this morning.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I saw it this morning. It's fucking amazing.
That's right. I did see
it. It is amazing. I cannot wait for this movie. It's going to be so good. That's live action movie. It's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most this year. That was such a wonderful trailer. I can't see this movie sucking at all. It's going to win all the Academy Awards unless Black Panther wins them. And yes, Black Panther is going to win a bunch of Academy Awards.
Yeah, Jody, I agree. That's actually the best death of the Joker too. The that's not funny by having the bang shooting him in the chest.
I didn't show off anything for National Tattoo Day yesterday. I was driving most of the day.
Crazy Carlos says, I'm working, but I'll have everything under control.
Nice. I'm down for anywhere. Okay, cool. We'll figure it out.
Mako says, is this your first Comic-Con? Are you talking about us or other people? Mako. Because this isn't our first Comic-Con.
No, this is not my first rodeo, but they might have been. Mako might have been referring to somebody else in the chat.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Bad Bunny says blurry. So what? Are you having vision problems, Bad Bunny, or no? Because our camera's
our camera might have like changed. Is it okay now? Everybody looking okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Bad Bunny says blurry. It's definitely a possibility. We're on some kind of. How is the connection, everybody? Is it okay? STD is going to bribe the Oscar Awards. STD is going to. Well, it didn't win any Emmys, thank God.
Bunny is smoking too much weed.
And Bunny says there's no such thing as too much weed, bro.
Crazy Carlos says it's National Hot Dog Day. That's why I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, it is? Mm-hmm. Oh, I love hot dogs.
What kind of hot dogs?
I like German. I like Von Stuckers. Yes.
Von Stuckers. Movie for Nobi. I got some slight chops on video, but overall not too bad.
Okay, yeah, we're running on a wireless, so it's not going to be perfect on this one.
Yeah.
Not running my gigabit at home.
Intermittent sometimes. So Bad Bunny
gotcha.
says.
Okay, thanks, Bad Bunny. We'll try to, you know what? I'll try to keep windows down. That's probably got something to do with it. Let's keep those down, and that will lessen it. But we appreciate the feedback. Thanks, Bad Bunny.
Polish smoked sausage.
Polish smoked sausage, yes. Polsko kielbasa? Yes.
Dennis, you nerd wiener. That's what Nobi says.
That's really accurate description of Dennis.
Yeah, Gary does like the kielbasa.
I like the kielbasa. I do.
This devolves really quickly.
It does. Sorry, everybody. This is not a family show. This is not a family show.
So someone was talking about Batwoman, the Batwoman
yes.
show that was on coming on to the CW. So we just also found out, the big crossover event that the CW shows do every year? Well, this year they're not going to have Legends of Tomorrow join the crossover for some reason. We don't know why. But it's supposed to take place in Gotham. It is supposed to involve Batwoman. And now they say that Batwoman is going to have her own TV show on CW. And we talked about this last night a little bit about people talking in hallways about their feelings. We're going to have more
there's going to be so much of that in this show. If you guys know anything about the comic book, I mean, I've never liked it. Okay. But it's not really written for me.
Yeah.
So that I understand that.
It's not written for me either. I'm not a big fan of it either. But hey, we all need different shows for different people.
So we do. STD was eligible for an Emmy because it's
considered.
Wasn't eligible for an Emmy because it was considered an internet series only. Ha ha. Or it probably would have been nominated for some, Brian, for sure. So Batwoman, Batwoman. Aside from the obvious, it's another peripheral show about Batman. And I think at this point, we just would like to see a Batman show. And if you want to put Batwoman in the Batman show and do a Bat family kind of thing, fuck yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it.
Movie Fanobi says, Artemis brings up a good point. Have you been finding enough avocados in San Diego?
You know what? I have not gotten my a compliment yet. I've had a little bit on my carne asada burrito, but possibly on my rolled tacos tonight. I will have more guacamole. Not enough. I will get some avocados. I'm supposed to get some to bring home for Mrs. Neurotic.
Well, when you're driving through, you can pick some up on the way back.
Oh, my mom lives in Fallbrook, which is kind of the avocado capital of the world. So. One of my moms. I have two moms. Long story.
Mary Ashmead, Bat Family would be cool. You know, I don't know if they want to. I don't know if I want to. You could go a kids version.
No, just a Bat Family. What I mean by just a bunch of Bat people, just like Nightwing and Robin and Batwoman and Batgirl and Batman, and have them all in a show together. They don't have to call it Bat Family. That's fine. That's what I was just thinking of it from the comic book. But have all the people from the Batman world interacting in a TV series with, of course, best starring Batman. But you bring all those other people in, and you know what? You don't have to bring in anybody else from the DC universe. Just Batman characters and Batman villains. And I would be locked in for 10 seasons. Take my money, please. With the right person running it.
Yeah. Yeah. You mean Berlanti?
It's Batman. I'd have to try it, even if his name was on it. He has creative say in any of this stuff. He's the money man. He gets stuff together.
He's just
we saw his act for the Supergirl panel, and he's a Hollywood producer.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
Philip Demick, how many people do you know have scars on their hands from slicing avocados? As the people that we know actually know that you put the avocado down on the damn table when you start cutting into it.
It is a skill. It is a skill that San Diegans are born with. Carlos will back me up. Crazy Carlos will back me up on this one. Johnny Pappas as well. Also, if it's a good enough avocado, you only use the knife to slice it once, and then you can use a spoon and take it out that way. Exactly. If you can't take it out with a spoon, then it is not ripe enough. It is not to be eaten. Take all the CW hero shows and a true Batman and a 2-hour weekly series and have true Brave and the Bold. Yeah. Brave and the Bold. Thank you.
Brave and the Bold would be fun. Although that would be really freaking expensive though too.
It would.
Thinking about it, yeah, it would be. Brian Smart, take all the CW hero shows.
That's what I just read.
Oh, sorry.
Like Supergirl first season, then just fell off. Tried watching episode a few months ago, and it was like everybody had a lobotomy. Carrie Dalton, I could not agree more. I tried the first season. Human beings don't talk to each other like that. She is Supergirl. You know what? It's almost like the female Shazam. It's like an 8-year-old in a woman's body. What about Catwoman? Yeah. Oh, definitely Catwoman. Diffused. Sorry, I did not mention Catwoman in the Batman. Yes.
Jody says, also, we've seen what happened with Gotham. That show is supposed to be more about Gordon, but it's practically a Batman show without Batman. Yeah, it's I don't know. Is all Batman's villains now at this point? Are they geriatric? And that's the reason why he can defeat them so easily, because, they're in their 60s and he's in his 20s.
Gordon softened him up for him for 10 years. And that was such a strange. I think they pitched that show. It worked. They probably wanted to pitch a Batman show. And they said, you can't have Batman. And they tried every way around it. And Fox said yes to it. Yeah. And I know they're sitting there going, there's no way I thought we'd get this many seasons out of Gotham.
Yeah. Oh, I know. They're like, people keep watching it. It's like,
listen to our old podcast. We're like, this thing's going to last, and we predicted how it would turn out. We just didn't think it would last this long. We're like, eventually people are just going to want Batman. They're going to turn that little skinny kid into Batman. They better give him some steroids.
He said he's working out right now. That's what
It is really hard to put on weight and muscle. All right. Facts of Bats. The Bat Bunch. The Facts of Bats. The Bat Bunch. Different Bat Caves. Okay, here we go. Oh, man.
The Facts of Bats?
Yes, they did the Facts of Bats.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
as the cave turns.
As the cave turns. guiding bat signals.
All my bats.
All my bats.
That actually sounds more like a baseball team movie. Yeah.
Thank you, Jody. Thank you.
Pitch bats. Hey, start a baseball team. Yeah. Oh, you know what we also had?
General Batcave.
We had a trailer that got released today called Overlord.
Yes.
Which it looks like it kind of looks like Call of Duty, the World War II movie or video game with zombies. That's what it looks like.
Bats knows best.
Bats knows best. Wouldn't that be Alfred Knows Best?
Maybe. I don't know.
See?
The courtship of Batman's butler? No.
The courtship of Alfred Pennyworth?
Well, yeah, because they will be. Who was that? Mrs. What was the redheaded old lady who was always hitting on Alfred because she didn't know he was gay? Miss Money, the aunt, Harriet. Aunt Harriet. Thank you. Alfred's gay, by the way. I'm just convinced Alfred's gay. Yeah. The Young and the Baddie.
Oh my god. So we have this trailer, Overlord, that came out. Yeah, COD zombies. And it's supposed to be tied into the J.J. Abrams Cloverfield world. Only set in World War II. So I did find it funny that they were able to get an AC/DC song in the trailer, Hell's Bells, which I don't know if it worked or not because it's set in World War II and you're doing Hell's Bells, but yeah, whatever. But interesting. I'll see it when it comes out on Netflix or something like that, I think.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I still need to watch the other Cloverfield one because this is connected to Cloverfield. This is all part of the Cloverfield shit. And World War II zombies, I'm kind of in. I mean, because like I'm over zombies, but if they do like Nazi zombies, that'll be pretty interesting. Saving Private Robin. I like that. That was good. What was that? Santa Gothamra? Is that a telenovela? Or Santa Barbara? You're saying Santa Barbara, Santa Gothamra. I was going to say, is that a telenovela? And then wait a minute. I watched that soap. I watched the shit out of that soap. Soap operas are great if you have the good sticky icky, right? The good sticky icky and a cheap bottle of white wine. Ditching high school, Santa Barbara, dug it.
TJ Warner, I did like seeing Constantine and Legends of Tomorrow. I like that show. Yeah, Constantine's going to be on more of Legends of Tomorrow.
Yes. Have you guys seen the animated one that they just dropped on CWC? I haven't either. I heard it's pretty good, though.
Yeah, Constantine is a great character. It just, Matt Ryan is a great actor in that role. They really need to use him in a freaking movie is what they need to do.
What Mako's like the good sticky icky pot. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Movie Finobi, what? Cloverfield tie-in? What the fuck? Zombies have nothing to do with aliens. Or do they?
Movie Finobi? Well, it's J.J. Abrams, so it's going to be a mystery box. Yeah. Basically, we're going to allude to something and never tell you. And and just call it. J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson have come from the film school of total fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So Rian Johnson, J.J. Abrams has some chops. Okay, I'm not going to say the man doesn't have some chops. Rian does not. They're artful bullshitters and have able to climb the Hollywood ladder on so little talent. The standards have gone so far down. I mean, again, this is Steven Spielberg brought us fucking Joe Dante, Robert Zemeckis, Joe Johnston. I mean, I could go on forever with how many people he's protéged and brought in. And yeah, these guys just don't cut it. They're nowhere near in their fucking class.
Yeah.
And then they come out and they make a couple of movies or one blockbuster movie and they start. Yeah, don't get me started on Rian Johnson.
I mean,
I got myself started on Rian Johnson. I'm sorry.
You did. Honestly, we need more Doug Liemans. We need more
Matthew Vaughn's,
definitely. We also need more like Matt Reeves. I mean, Matt Reeves is actually fairly decent.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
He needs to grow up. What bothers me about him, he's got a 16-year-old voice in a man's body. It's like, did you finish puberty? Did something happen? I'm sorry, that's kind of a personal attack. Very talented guy. He just sounds like a little teenager.
He just has a little Peter Brady syndrome. That's all.
He is banned from this channel. Yes. Yeah, as much as he wants to come on, he cannot.
Yep.
Yeah, we're not talking about it
because he's going to explain, a little bit more about how Last Jedi was supposed to be.
Gotham 90210. The
Actually,
GC.
the GC.
The GC.
The Bat People. Mr. Batfadir.
What is it?
All in the Bat Cave.
Not Pretty Little Liars, but Pretty Little God. No, that's not going to work.
Pretty Little Crime Fighters.
Pretty Little Crime or Pretty Little Sirens. No.
I still like Pretty Little Crime Fighters. I think
Pretty Little Crime Fighters. That might work.
Yeah, exactly.
Melrose Cave. What's up, Man of Action?
The Good,
Creepshow,
the Bad, and the Bats.
He says Creepshow. What? Yeah, they're bringing back Creepshow. That's the good news. The bad news is it's kind of going on a like
AMC Shutter.
AMC Shutter, which that might be good. I'm excited. I mean, I'm happy that Creepshow's coming back. I don't know what took it so damn long.
Yeah. I don't either. Carrie Dalton says yes to Matthew Vaughn. Hard to think of a bad movie he's done. The Kingsman series has been really refreshing the way it has avoided certain tropes. Yeah, I mean, say what you will about the second movie. I like the second movie. It was just as fun as the first movie. And granted, because it wasn't as fresh and new as the first movie, because you were continuing it. Yes, that's the reason why the second movie is a little bit less than the first one.
I still loved it. You're right. Yeah. You're right. It's not as good as the first one. And Carrie, you're so right. Matthew Vaughn did not get into the modern, the 2018, or we'll say 16 to 18 filming storytelling tropes. And it was very refreshing to see. I think that's partially why it got panned by some critics, though. Does anybody is 2018 the death of the critic? Like, does anybody give a crap what any paid critic says anymore? I mean, like, I don't. I mean, like, I used to care. It was years ago.
Back in the 80s. We were talking about this with John Carpenter, where he was pissing all over Siskel and Ebert, and because they used to do the same thing to him. And it just becomes there's so many critics out there now that they've become, it's white noise for the most part.
It is, and they're all shills and paid off. I'm sorry, I mean, like, honestly, if I was a critic and some studio offered me like 10 grand to say something nice about The Last Jedi, sure.
TJ Warner says, I need something not usually discussed on here to watch. Note, I have watched most everything. Is Lucifer worth watching? One of the few I haven't seen. You probably haven't seen The Hollow on Netflix. Watch that. Let's see what else. Voltron. Actually, there's a lot of Voltron right now. The new stuff on Netflix as well, which is really good. On Amazon, I don't know if it's still up, but there's at least first 6 episodes of Jean-Claude Van Johnson, if you haven't seen that. I'm going for weird stuff right now in case you can't tell. And The Good Place on NBC. If you haven't seen The Good Place, that's actually pretty damn good, to tell you the truth. It's funny too. And stick through the first season of it to the end of it, because there actually is a twist at the end. That's all I'm going to say.
I have so little time, so what you see me cover on this channel is what I watch. I don't watch anything extra. I don't have time. The only thing I watch that we don't cover is Grand Tour. I love Grand Tour. Okay, I'm an old Top Gear fan. I hate the new Top Gear. Grand Tour is one of my favorite shows. It's the only one I don't talk about here. And Ancient Aliens, we will be covering. As far as Lucifer goes, I liked Lucifer. It wasn't bad. Okay, it was kind of procedural, but it was still a pretty good show. So yes, I would say it's worth watching, especially since it's going to Netflix now, and I think it's going to get much, much, much better. So, and it's a great graphic novel. Definitely read that if you haven't done that.
Bad Bunny, is Sci-Fi make it to SDCC? Yes, they are. They have Krypton here, Krypton. They also have Sci-Fi Wire, where they're going to be doing a couple of things. So yeah, they are
Night Flyers too.
Night Flyers as well. Yeah.
I would love to give them shit though. But it would have to be a Sci-Fi exec. I'd hate to give like the producer of the Night Flyers shit, who doesn't deserve anything. But if there's like some like director of Sci-Fi there, and I happen to be in the room, yeah, I'll say something.
Carrie Dalton, I think the thing that I loved the most from the 2 Kingsman movies was the end of the second. Did not expect that in an action movie. Yeah, the wedding was actually a lot of fun. Man of Action, we need to have our Creepshow fix. I was jonesing for a TV show a la Tales from the Crypt. Yeah, and right now we also have we covered it last week. The first show was Myth and Monsters from Bobcat Goldthwait. The first show was kind of a little creaky. Uh, Hopefully the second show fixes that a bit and moves on from there.
Fucking Creepshow. All I know is throughout the entire, at the end of the 80s when Creepshow 2 came out, me and my friends would always, "Hey lady, thanks for the ride." You would know. That's a fucking great movie. Creepshow 2 is great.
Yes, Night Flyers. Crazy Colors. Yes, sci-fi is where I'm hosting a party and may give them shit.
Nice.
Nice. You're actually hosting the party? Interesting.
Crazy Carlos. He's the host with the most.
Yeah. Man of Action. Winona Earp is the Cat's Meow. Great show. Yeah, Man of Action. Winona Earp is really good.
Had promised, but it fell off, says TJ Warner. Man of Action likes Wyatt Earp. If we when's it premiere?
Friday night tonight.
This Friday night. Yeah, we're not going to catch the premiere. Yeah. Maybe we'll catch up though. If I can watch it, I got to binge what, 3 seasons?
2 seasons.
2 seasons. That's not bad. And there are 13 episodes.
Yes.
So yeah, we probably won't get the premiere, but we might pick it up afterwards.
Johnny Mattress, why is Colony dragging so much? NBC Universal. They don't want to spend any money on a sci-fi show, so it is a sci-fi show without any sci-fi in it. There you go.
Yep.
I watched that show too, and honestly, I just watch it on the app when I remember that there's a new episode, and dude, they have fucking Wayne Brady on there now, so you know that show is going downhill when you put Wayne Brady on.
Wayne Brady's on it?
Yeah.
Isn't Sawyer in that show? Or is that the Sawyer's in that show, yeah. Melissa likes that show a lot.
But Wayne Brady is now I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy or what he is, but it's kind of funny. I'm like, Wayne Brady? I always think of the Chappelle Show.
Love the boxing Creep Show. Yes, Marcus. Just after last night and tonight, I want to watch so much shit now. I actually, back to Winona Earp, I had asked Dennis, and I don't think he got my message. And I was like, should we pick this up? Because we were picking stuff up, and I didn't hear back, or I would have probably caught up on it. That is sci-fi, right?
Sci-fi.
It is sci-fi. It's on Friday night?
Friday nights, yeah.
Oh, it's in the death slot.
I know.
Yeah, so
it's 9 p.m. It's usually we
so
pick
this
it up
will
on
probably
6
be its last season. Is it always on Friday night?
It's always on Friday nights.
Okay, well then it might stay it then.
It's been doing good. Yeah, Johnny Mattress, Wayne Brady does kill the show. It honestly, every time I see him, and he's supposed to be playing like a Steve Jobs kind of type, and he's always got his shoes off in his office, so he's wearing his socks, and it makes me cringy whenever I see it. I don't know why.
Brian, you are so New England. Yeah, it's Castle Rock. Speaking of New England.
Oh, that's right.
Castle Rock. In 5 or 6 days, we're covering Castle Rock. So that looks pretty good. It's got Skarsgård in it, right? The guy who played or Pennywise.
Yeah.
In It.
Yeah. Robert Wilk says it would be great to get Eureka back into production. Eureka was fine. I think they actually had a good ending to it. And I wouldn't want to see it get picked back up again. They tried doing that, and they tried carrying it over into Warehouse 13 a little bit, and it didn't work. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, tell you the truth, because it would have cheapened it. Carrie Dalton says, talking to Robert Wilk about that would be great. Started watching it again on Amazon Prime. It's just a nice, comfy show, plus fun now to see the tech. Yeah, all the tech that they had in there was actually pretty fun.
Mufinobi asks, how's my Home Alone son doing? Set traps before you left? No traps. No, I didn't set any traps. And the only traps he's worrying about, he's probably just trolling somebody asking if they're gay or not. And no, he's yeah. No, he's probably gaming with his dorky friends who live down the street, but they all just talk to each other on their little headsets on Discord. And no, my own son would not set me up a Discord. He didn't offer. So I'm like, fine. But his friend, Lawrence, is setting one up. It should be done. I'm waiting for an answer.
Man of Action, you all have hope for Castle Rock, or is it a cash grab? Gary is looking forward to it. I'm on the fence about it.
I'm looking forward to it, but it could suck. I mean, I've only seen one trailer and it was okay, but I don't know. I kind of trust Hulu. Hulu's been pretty decent with making TV shows, so we'll see. We'll see. And I like the concept, and I think Stephen King has been. He's had a little resurgence, and I like. Especially, I was impressed with it. So that's pretty much the only reason I'm watching. I know it's got nothing to do with the movie, but I was so impressed with it. I'm like, well, if they can take his stuff and do this with it, then okay, maybe I'm back in.
Movie Fanobi, Gary, you nerd, you spawned another nerd. Not just one, two.
Couple.
All I'm gonna say.
A couple. My wife's one too.
Mako, Gary only got $5,000 for that, so he's on the fence.
Yeah, I only got 5. Yeah, you got to pay me 10 for me to shill.
Yep.
Every man's got his price.
Johnny Mattress, is Preacher on the way out because it's all over the place?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. We've actually the last episode was good.
Last episode was very good.
And if they had actually gone this route in season 2, instead of what they did being stuck in New Orleans for so long, I think it would have saved it. But no, yeah, it's
ratings for Preacher. They're terrible, and it sucks. Okay, because I love the show. Viking Bitch loves the show. I think it's the best cast on TV. But it's 18 to 49 overnights are under 200,000. It's bad. I like everything Mark Bernardo says on Fat Man on the Batman. He is one of the writers, so Castle Rock should be good. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Rough Girl. Preacher was good, but season 2 sucked. Yes, it did. And again, because they got stuck out in the farm, or in this case, New Orleans in Dennis's apartment. Not my apartment.
TJ Warner, finally Satan. I said in a description on our website for Preacher, I said, this is the only show where you would say, I'm really looking forward to going to hell, or there's not enough Hitler.
And we've just been demonetized.
Yeah, that's fine. Preacher has one good season, Crazy Carlos. I agree. The first one, it's excellent too.
Yeah.
Proving that is it Evan Green or Evan Greenberg is and Seth Rogen and his buddy Evan, whatever is the last name.
Evan
Goldberg. Sorry. They are great. They are really, really, really good when they are given full resources to take on a show. I would much rather see Seth Rogen behind the camera than in front of it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? It's kind of funny. It took me a little while, but the Reese's peanut butter cups with Reese's pieces inside of them, he does the voiceover on that, And I was like, this voice sounds really familiar. Where the hell? And then I was like, and then I heard the laugh. I'm like, it's fucking Seth Rogen.
You recognize the stoner laugh?
Yeah, I recognize the stoner laugh. Was what I recognized. Oh my god!
I gotta try. Man. I'm not a candy guy, but those look pretty good, dude. Those look. Yes, I am going to do Better Call Saul. Absolutely. We're going to branch out to we're still going to stay mainly genre. Don't get, it has to have stipulations. It's pretty much got to be sci-fi or fantasy, but this falls under the third category, which is drug deal gone bad. Okay, so drug deal gone bad is the other part that's neurotic.
Basically, anything that's within our wheelhouse and experience.
Yes, basically, yes. That's it. We stick with what we know. Okay. All right. Lawyers, drug deal gone bad. Okay.
Yeah.
I can talk about that.
Exactly. Fanobi, Philip, sometimes Mark balances Kevin Smith out because Kevin is a big fanboy of everything. Sometimes Mark's solo stuff isn't always on point. They are better as a team. Okay.
No, I think, and I agree with that. Kevin Smith is a fanboy. Plus, he's too connected into Hollywood. We've lost him, so he's not gonna be real. He's not being real. He has opinions. Believe me. This look where he came from. This is the guy who called out Star Wars for killing a bunch of people, and he used to talk. He talked shit about John Peters, the producer. He would not do that today.
Yeah.
So, and that's part of the crappy thing when you lose people to Hollywood. You lose they're full of shit. They're not telling the truth. We promise we'll try not to do that to you, but I can't totally promise I won't sell out. I got bills to pay.
Marcus Khan, Better Call Saul will have time jumps into the Breaking Bad universe.
Yes.
Yeah, they are doing a 10-year Breaking Bad reunion here at Comic-Con with the Better Call Saul panel.
Hey, I remember you reporting many years ago, right when Breaking Bad ended, that they were throwing around the idea of bringing the show back.
Yeah.
Of like pretty much that he doesn't die and they were going to bring the show back.
Yeah. That's where I'm thinking that they're going to announce something today. Or not today, but at the con here.
And I thought at the time, I thought it was a great idea. I'm like, the show is more popular than ever. It's not like people were sick of it. It's not like it was going downhill. It was not. It was
ended the story.
They just ended the story, and it's you want to go out on top. Yeah. But honestly, there's 2 shows out there I could think of right now that they could start right back up again, and everybody would be back to watch. And that would be if David Tennant came back to Doctor Who and Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, they could start them right up, and they wouldn't skip a beat.
And Firefly. Crazy Carlos, Gary and Dennis are going to sell out. Yeah, we are. Depends on who's going to give us money. That's all.
Yeah, we're probably going to grow very old waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, we are.
And die.
Robert Wilk loved when he talked about Soups fighting the giant spider. If you go to Comic-Con enough, Robert, you hear that fucking story like ad infinitum to the point where it just gets really annoying. I'm glad you love it, but I can't stand it anymore. I can't listen to it.
Yeah, I can cover Better Call Saul without seeing an episode of Breaking Bad. So I mean, it was brought up last night. There's people who watched Angel who didn't watch Buffy, and yeah, I can totally cover it with all the knowledge I need to know. But thank you for the sentiment. That's all he says. Gary, don't force yourself to watch Breaking Bad if you don't need to. As good as some elements of the show are, your life and health and meetings, keep strong. We understand. Just do you. Either way, thank you, Movie Fanobi. That's awesome. A lot of love right there. I will continue to go to meetings. I went to one before I left. I have my old home meeting is not far from here. I'm hoping to go to that sometime this week. Yeah.
TJ Warner, no Stargate. Nobody wants my money. They're talking about rebooting. Actually, they are rebooting that.
I think they are.
The 1910s or something. Yeah, something like that, which is, I'm not looking forward to that.
Artemis over easy. I'm right there with you. I got a little bit back. Okay. When he offered to give Stan Lee, a place to live, and I feel bad for his heart attack, but when he said he likes Solo, I mean, he's a total shill. You're right. Yeah. I lost respect for Kevin Smith when he said he liked Solo. Come on, man. No one actually liked that piece of shit. And you're right. Nobody did. The thing that's been bothering me the most is, and I see this in people I know. So some of Dennis and I's circle of friends and extended friends are part of, they're kind of popular people on Twitter. So they're invited to all of these premieres and movies. So they will tweet positively about it. I mean, they're not really giving anything. They're just giving status, and it's status on Twitter. I find that even worse. I mean, if somebody actually gave me a big wad of money, I would respect that more than what's happening now is people are selling out and shilling for status on Twitter, for social media status. I won't name names, but just look at the Star Trek Discovery premiere. And look who was tweeting positively about it.
Persian Scribe, just don't sell neurotic rights to Disney or Sci-Fi and all will be good. We're going to sell it to Walmart, actually.
I would sell it to Walmart. I would not sell it to fucking Disney. Honestly, I would say, okay, this is never going to happen, by the way. Never, ever, ever. But if we did, I would be terrible because I would fuck up and tell the truth later anyway, and then fuck myself on the deal. That's what would happen is I would sell out and then I'd end up losing the money because I can't shut up. Silver Spike, what's up? Oh my God, did you see that one comment? I tried to copy and paste it and keep it because I think it was somebody who didn't speak English as a first language, which is totally cool. But he was talking about how loud I am in the mic. And like how I want to put my head underwater because I can't stand your fucking voice or anything like that. I wanted to keep it and read it to you guys. I was laughing my ass off when I read that. Oh, but see, YouTube has an algorithm, guys, that can sense like when I don't know. I don't remove anything. Okay, I'll remove attacks like personal attacks on Susan or Dennis. Personal attacks on myself, I will not remove. You can say whatever you want about me. I don't care. But I couldn't find it. It was gone. And it goes into this approved part, and you can hit approve, but it wouldn't let me approve it. So
I don't care what you say about me.
No, I don't care. Somebody, you know what? I missed a fucking huge thing on Preacher that I should have known, but I spaced it. Was the fuck communism lighter?
Oh yeah.
Was John Wayne had given that to Jesse's dad.
Honestly, I read the book a lot longer ago than Carrie did, so because he's reread it and I haven't. So yeah, I
must have skimmed that part, but yeah, I remember it once I was reminded, but I was like, I can't remember everything. Memory's starting to go. But I still think it was a reverse troll job. It was an Easter egg, but it was also a fourth dimensional reverse troll job. I will still stick by that, by Jody being the one lighting the cigarette and having the lighter. Now, it was still an Easter egg telling Jesse, you know, like, I fucking killed your dad. I'm using his lighter, which is bullshit. But that, you know, I'll just leave it there. Hemlock Grove had great potential. I did not see it. We need to go up a little bit.
Some people were saying they didn't like Hemlock Grove. No, we actually read a good.
We did? All right.
So yeah,
I try everything. So is it safe to say he's a sellout now, Gary? Kevin Smith?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, he is.
And that's not a judgment. I mean, I think you know, the dude cashed in.
Yeah, he's directing.
I'm not saying I would do any different. I mean, just saying he is a sellout.
Yeah, Pauly Simeon Smith's directing Supergirl and Flash episodes. I've colored his reviews of all DC stuff. Yeah, because he's gotten jobs out of that. That's the reason why, because he said positive things about these, let's face it, less than good shows.
Things he would never have said positive things about 10 years ago. And that's the whole point about, you know, Kevin Smith. The reason he is popular, that's why he's not as popular anymore. He's popular with newer nerds, but with those of us who were fans of his years and years back,
when you want to start making money directing other people's stuff that's not your own, like DC stuff, Star Wars stuff, all that kind of stuff, you need to watch what you say. Otherwise, because if you don't watch what you say, then you don't get that work.
And that's understandable.
Yeah.
But when you make your living off of being that way, because like, frankly, he's not the best director in the world. He does good indie movies, but he's had chances to do big budget stuff and he's freaked out. He's actually a better talker, a better commentator. A better commentator. And and we've lost that.
Chris Hardwick, same thing. I mean, he's going through some other stuff now, but the reason why he's become so big and why he was everywhere is because he never said really a bad thing about anything. He was a more middle of the road person than Kevin Smith was, where he didn't like everything, but he wouldn't, if he didn't like something, he didn't come out and say, I didn't like it. He would just kind of, sugarcoat it a little bit.
Yep. And that's not Kevin Smith. That's not why. No. And that's the crappy part, is because he became popular from Clerks and also being
crass,
very crass.
Yeah.
Being a life commentator, and he's like, his spoken word is the best thing he does.
It's like taking Henry Rollins and then making him nice.
Yeah. Making him like basic stuff.
Yeah. Like Henry Rollins going, the Bee Gees? Yeah, I love the Bee Gees. Which actually he probably does, but you know.
No, it'd be like Henry Rollins shopping at Walmart. Okay. Something like that. Nerdotic ends up selling out to Dollar General. Long hair and beards on men speaking my language. Oh, here we go. Artist over easy. I'm sure I will like Solo when I'm done with my 10-year boycott of Star Wars movies.
Yeah, Brian Smart. People like Kevin Smith who offered charity to help someone is only doing it to say, look how cool I am.
Do you think it was disingenuous, Brian? Do you think it was just that question has to be put out there for any time a celebrity offers something? I have to agree with that. I'm hoping it was sincere, but I can't disagree with you.
Twitter is a harsh mistress. She will turn on you in a heartbeat. Man of action. Yes, you're right. She does.
She does. Yeah,
She is a fickle woman.
I dabble, and that's it. I do some Twitter dabbling.
Carrie Dalton, she will not just cut you with a knife. Twitter. She will just stand over you and repeatedly just look you in the eye as she jams that knife in you and over again. Bad Bunny says, Miss 1-900 Susan.
She'll be back on Friday.
Mm-hmm. You could turn down your volume, duh, is what Mary Ashmead says.
I know, right? No, but he would rather stick his head in water.
Polly Simmons says, I was watching your Comic-Con preview last night and halfway through the video just disappeared. Was that you guys just removing it or YouTube? So the video, are you talking about the camera cut out? Because we actually turned off the camera a couple times because the camera wasn't
No, he's talking about the video cutting out.
Oh,
yeah, we removed it.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be just like a chat, a casual chat hangout, not something I really wanted to keep on the channel. But if you want to finish watching it, it'll be at nerdrotic.com tomorrow.
There you go.
Sorry, Pauly Simeon. Usually they even if I take it down, they let you finish running it because I didn't delete it. I just made it private. But you should still be able to finish watching it. Sorry about that.
TJ Warner, Christopher Judge at Comic-Con asked him the rumors about a new spinoff came from him. Christopher Judge, by the way, was in Stargate SG-1. He played Teal. So I didn't know he was in something new.
Cool.
Hopefully he has hair this time. Well, he was growing his hair back out again near the end there, but we'll see. Man of Action, are we going to see the John Wayne sequence then in Preacher?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I think that's a big missing aspect of it, though.
Yeah, it's too much money for them.
Well, think of it like they could have done it exactly like they did Elvis in True Romance. You get an actor, you just blur the face, but I think it probably has something to do with the John Wayne estate.
Yeah.
You know,
they're not going to allow them to do that. We don't want that in there. Penn Farm Girl, Viking Bitch, a quote from Troy review comes to mind. Men in long hair. Oh, no.
Wow, where did that go?
Way up top.
Way up. Tell me when to stop.
Yeah, you'd have to keep going. There we go. Men in long hair and short leather skirts.
Hanky.
Mm-hmm.
What are they wearing under those things?
Nothing.
Free balling.
Or as what was it? As Samuel Jackson said when he was filming Formula 43 or Formula 42, I think is what it was. He was wearing a kilt, and people kept asking him, "What are you wearing underneath the kilt?" And he says, "Your wife's lipstick."
Oh, damn! That's funny. Clerks was still a funny movie. It was a great movie, and you probably know this, Crazy Carlo. Most of us were working retail at the time, so it really spoke. That's why it spoke to our generation, because I mean, half the jobs we worked were retail, were some kind of counter work. So,
and that's all you did.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. Rittner 007 calling Kevin Smith a shill for liking Solo. Loss of respect, dude. I thought it was an okay movie, but last I heard, you had not seen it yet. You had not seen it yet.
Seen what?
Solo. I saw it.
I saw Solo.
Yeah. We both saw it.
I saw it. We did a review.
Yeah, we did do
a review.
We saw it opening night, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
So yeah.
That is probably the last Star Wars movie I'm seeing opening night for sure.
Yeah.
Like there's no way I'm doing that garbage again. Kevin and Mark Bernardin have been using Fat Man and Batman as pre-job interviews. No criticism, but it's a little obvious. Yeah. Well, and also the Comic Book Men. That's that show is
and Comic Book Men, Kevin Smith is on record for saying that all those sales are not real people. They actually put out ads in papers for people, and they screen them to bring people in, and they stage all that shit. So that is not a true life comic book store. That is staged. All that stuff of people coming in to sell stuff.
Well, they close it down possibly. They do this with Pawn Stars too.
Yeah.
They close down the shop and it's all staged bullshit.
Yeah.
And I could think of 50 comic stores that, for one, a reality show centered around a comic book store. Nobody comes in and sells their comic books that much.
No.
Period. Nobody sells that many good comic books.
Yeah.
And world-class bullshitters talked about going and visit the shop. I went to the one in LA. Okay, the one that was by UCLA. I don't think it's there anymore.
It's closed, yeah.
And it had nothing. It had nothing. It had a Daredevil costume, which was cool, which I wanted from the Ben Affleck, but it was just all Jay and Silent Bob toys, which is fine. But there was no real comics. Comic store is such a loosely. You can call yourself a comic store if you have over maybe 100 new releases on the wall. That's not a comic book store. It's a newsstand.
I would love to see a real show about comic book stores where you just have someone sitting there.
It'd be boring as hell
for like
and ignoring
hours.
customers.
Just ignoring customers. Hey, do you have Daredevil comics? Yeah.
Over there under D.
That's just That's all it is. What do you guys think of the What the Flick guys and gals? Crazy Carlos says. I've never heard of them. I'm sorry. Have you?
What
the Flick guys and gals? Crazy Carlos asking, what do you guys think of them?
I don't know. Let me read that one. Oh, sorry. I was reading another one.
Crazy Carlos, right in the middle of the screen there.
Oh, what do you guys think of the Flick? I don't know. That one I haven't seen. The Flick guys and gals?
What the Flick?
Oh, What the Flick. I haven't seen What the Flick. I've heard very good things about What the Flick, but I have not seen it. I'm sorry. I've got a microphone stand that was cutting off what he said. And I was trying to read the other one. Yes, Kevin Smith is a shill for saying Solo was good.
Yeah,
No, I'm just repeating it. I'm just repeating myself just so I'm not misunderstood. And he can do that all he wants, though. That's fine. I mean, it's not a judgment, but there's no way he thought that movie was good. Pan Fargo, see the trailer.
Solo is not bad. It's a shit show, is what Crazy Carlos says.
Well, I think our review was it was boring.
Yeah,
it was boring.
It was a TV movie,
and Han Solo, the Han Solo character wasn't Han Solo at all.
Yeah.
Kira had to defeat the bad guy for him. Okay, and the only kill he made was his father figure. Right. And it was like so dumb because he shot first. It was supposed to be shocking that he shot first.
Well, I think my favorite thing, Bloom County has another, comic strip. He's now online. And my favorite thing about the Solo movie was we had the characters lamenting how they're escaping from real world things by going to the movies. And they're quiet in one scene. The next one, that's not Han Solo. Shh, quiet. That's what he says. I thought it was just kind of funny. That did sum it up pretty nice.
It's not. It was a movie nobody needed. We've already talked about this a million times, and it wasn't Han Solo. He was totally out of character. I can go on and on. Was it terrible? No, it wasn't as bad as The Last Jedi.
It was boringly average.
Yeah, but with supposedly the greatest IP in the world, that's almost as bad. Rian Johnson at least he failed miserably, but tried harder. I think Ron Howard coming in. No disrespect to him, I love him. Okay, I love the guy. I think he was just given a shit show. They should have kept it with Lord Miller, and I think it would have been at least interesting.
Yeah, it would have been fun at least.
Yeah.
Dennis, Jody says, Dennis, or like Simon Cowell suddenly saying only nice things to contestants on his shows. Yeah, that's exactly what that's like. But even Simon Cowell, it's a shtick now at this point too.
Oh, he does. That's. Oh, I don't like that.
No, they were saying that's what it'd be like.
Oh, that's what it'd be like. Yeah. Okay.
Simon Cowell started saying nice things to his contestants.
That would suck.
Yeah, but it's just a shtick now. That's all it is.
Mary Queen of Shirts. It's always been a shtick, but it's a good one. If it works, it works. I mean, that's great. The thing is, Kevin Smith went away from his shtick.
Yeah.
He went exactly opposite from his shtick. And he did it for what? I think he squeezed way more out of his career than possible with the amount of talent he has. He's a very funny man, and he's well-spoken, and I think he's great at spoken word. Pretty damn decent writer. His comic books have been good. He's written some damn good comic books. So
Persian Scribe, we need the Ewoks to launch a surprise attack on Kathleen Kennedy's offices.
We will not have to worry about her in a couple of months, folks.
Yeah. There we go. Jody, Mary Ashby, more's the pity since she's quite complex. She was faced with the impossible choice at that time. I'd love to see them do something akin to what they did with Rome's first season or something. I believe she's talking about HBO.
Which show? If they do anything like Rome's first season, that'd be a smart move.
Polly Simmons said, so sad about The Last Jedi. Hasn't diminished either.
Kevin Smith is a great motivational speaker, would be great as a film school lecturer guest. Yeah, he would. I think him talking about some, I mean, that's what's kind of a bummer about his podcast. All right. His podcast, Fat Man and the Batman and stuff. He's if Kevin Smith of a decade ago was podcasting, I'd listen every day.
Yeah.
He did a decent podcast with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan did a decent interview with him. That felt like Kevin Smith. Okay.
Jody, which is the worst cinema sin, being horribly written or being boring, mediocre?
Boring.
Yeah, being boring and mediocre. Because honestly, if it's horribly written, you can still have joy out of it. There's a thing called being so bad that it comes back around again to being good. There is such a thing.
Yeah, there is. What's up, Random? Welcome.
The Door.
Yeah.
That, it's just really, really bad. But at the same time, you're sitting there watching it going, this really can't be that bad. What the hell am I watching? And yes, that is that bad, but it's also terribly funny at the same time.
It is. Boba Fett movie sounds bad. He's a suit or a Kiwi, and I don't know how it can work, says Paulie Simeon. Yeah, it won't. I mean, a character in a mask, and he's a bad guy. Yeah, I don't know.
He's just gonna come in and he's gonna pose with his gun in front of the camera, not say anything.
No, Kira will probably come in and save him and show him what to do. Khaleesi. Yeah, Johnny Mattress Star Wars did jump the shark. It did. And it's shocking. I think the anger right now, all it is the grieving process. I think everybody knows it's done.
Yeah.
It is so done, and people are just going through the stages of grieving, which are rage, uncontrollable rage, really pissed off, whatever I said the other night. Yeah.
Yeah, movie Fanobi, I do think it did jump the Meg.
It jumped the Meg. Hey, I want to see the Meg.
You're on your own on that one. Nihilist Shadow says Discover is poorly written, but it still sucks all the way around. I'll take your word on that one. Yeah.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, filmed in San Diego. Yeah. Premiered at the La Paloma in Encinitas.
That was a lot of fun. Rittner 007, Kevin Smith has said many times that in his youth he was more negative about his opinions about the movies, but in his current life he is choosing to love what he likes than worry about the rest. Growth. Yeah, there is a thing about growth, but at the same time, you can say good things and bad things, not constantly saying positive things about everything, because then you become Ned Flanders.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can call that engrossed, but I'm gonna call that statement. I guess it depends on it's just like the statement of him saying he would take care of Stan. We could look at it one way. He is being a very generous, genuine person, or he's being a narcissist looking for attention. I think the truth falls somewhere in the middle. Okay, so Kevin Smith has not changed. That whole growth thing, I think that is, I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I think he's measured to what he says to keep a job. There's nothing wrong with that. But he's just not the Kevin Smith that we knew. Yeah. Because you can still, like Dennis said, you can grow and still criticize things. And there's just, you just do it with kindness. You go, hey,
yeah,
like this didn't work, but maybe it's because of this. You still criticize things, but just saying everything's awesome, that's actually, you're lying.
Yeah.
You're being dishonest, which is not kind in any way, shape, or form to the person who's listening to you, or the person you are trying to either give constructive criticism or feedback
or
on,
advice to,
or advice to.
If I'm telling you, about a movie that I just watched and I really hated it, but I go, oh, you know what? Because say, Disney is paying me money. And I go, what? You should really watch this movie. This movie's really good. It's got this and this and this. You're really going to like this. And then you go and see it and you go, well, that movie really sucked. Why did why did Dennis tell me this, that this is really good? Then you're not going to like me, because every time you start coming back and you're listening to my reviews or something like that, or my opinion about this, and my opinion's always positive, but every time you go and see the positive about crap, and it's crap, then yes, it's
there's
it's going to taint your review.
Yeah, and then, like, again, that's he's living off the fame from what he had before, and there's nothing wrong with growth. There's nothing wrong with growth. I just don't believe that. There's people who are still fans of them. That's cool. I'm still a fan. I'm gonna go see his next Jay and Silent Bob movie. I'm fucking there. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is my favorite movie by him. I fucking love that movie. So, but for him, the statement is, and do I think he's a shill? Like he took money from Star Wars? No, he didn't take money from Star Wars. He's just trying to protect himself.
Yeah.
All right. But that's still being a shill. All right. If people don't want to deal with that, sorry,
And actually, was it tonight or is it tomorrow that Jay and Silent Bob Grow Old thing?
I think it was tonight.
It was tonight.
It was tonight.
We were talking about that here in San Diego. Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes were doing a stand-up routine at the American Comedy Club. We were debating about it, and then we're like, "Yeah, we want a podcast instead."
Yeah, Kevin Smith and I'm blanking on his name now.
Jason Mewes?
No, the guy who just got busted with the supposed Me Too stuff.
Chris Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick, who are christened like the two head nerds for pop culture. I disagree with that vehemently. I think Hardwick was a music MTV guy who was kind of nerdy. Kevin Smith, I would say, would be the best, and he's been a great representative. It is time for some new blood on that, though. Time for some new blood.
The real McReady, does Kevin Smith do Hall H anymore? I didn't see him do it last year. Yes, he does.
Yeah, I think tonight, right?
Yeah, they usually use him to clear out Hall H. He's the last thing in there. We used to say, when you're waiting in line for Hall H and they tell you what you're next in line for, like if you're still in line outside waiting to get in, they go, you're now in line for whatever the next panel is. And by the time they say you're now in line for Kevin Smith, we go, no, we're not. And we leave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've seen him so many times, and I heard the spider joke, the giant spider joke. I've heard it live 8 times. 8 times. And that was over 4 years. So he is going to be, he's heading a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, he's got a night with Kevin Smith. They have it. I think he is in on Thursday night.
It's either tonight or Thursday night. Him and
it's
Jay.
not tonight because he's doing the show tonight, the comedy show.
Okay, so it's sometime at con. He's doing Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
Yeah,
which would be different. I might check it out.
Mary Ashby, yes, he made the church do a divorce for him.
Good thing Fat Man on the Batman has started doing interviews, writers, showrunners. That's genuinely interesting. I agree. Check out his Joe Rogan interview. It's great. I loved it.
Artemis over Easy. Yep, at Persian Scribe. Talk about a shit show going even more in the wrong direction. Just end it and get it over with and start the 10-year hiatus like Philip is going to do. They're talking about Walking Dead. That it just needs to end and be merged with the Fear of the Walking Dead.
So bad. It's written at 007. It's all good, man. Everything's good here. We can have polite discourse, and we make mistakes. I make mistakes constantly, so it's all good. You're welcome.
Ritter, I actually had to, think back. Did I actually see Solo? Because I obliterated it from my memory.
Yes.
I was like, maybe he was right. And I'm like, no.
I didn't see it. Oh, I did.
Shit, I did. I thought I remember it. Damn you.
Yeah, we need some new blood. He was a good rep, but he's established now. So he's one of them now. Man of action. I feel the same way. We've lost him. Like Spielberg. Spielberg used to be awesome. We lost him a long time ago.
Oh yeah. Lucas went up on the throne up there, like way up in the clouds, and then we never saw him again.
Yeah. And what really turned me on Kevin Smith, the reason I soured on him so much, and I'll be real with you, is he turned on us. He turned on the fans. He started laying out that fucking toxic fan bullshit. And that's what really, like, I was cool with the dude until he spit that out. And then I'm like, I cannot fucking believe I'm hearing this out of your mouth.
He actually said, if I remember correctly, and it was one of the prequels, if you don't like this movie, you're not a true Star Wars fan.
Oh, and he said that again after Last Jedi. That was it. And he started talking about the fans, and it's our problem. And the minute I hear that out of anybody, you lose me. Yeah. You're done.
That's like saying, you won't get this. You won't understand this. This is above your intellectual capacity.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you tell people that, fuck you on that one.
Yeah. The Last Jedi was the smartest Star Wars movie ever made. That's what Forbes said. The guy who writes for Forbes said that. Yeah. It's the most intellectual Star Wars movie ever made.
Yeah. Polysemic. I like watching bad movies. I have that B grade gene. I still don't like him, but I just fascinated by it. Yeah, dude. I love watching really bad movies. We were talking about it last night. Hunter from the Future. It's a really bad movie with Reb Brown in it, and it's funny as hell. Howard the Duck. Howard the Duck's a bad movie. It's a B grade movie, and I love that movie. Man, it's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite all-time. Rocky Horror. I guess it's a B grade. I hate to say that about the beloved Rocky Horror. Love the shit out of that movie.
Oh, if you ever want to watch a really bad movie that's just hilarious, is Blood Diner. Blood Diner is awesome. It's awesome in its badness. And I love that movie. Especially when you have a guy running over a biker, like a motorcycle biker with a van, and the guy won't die, and he keeps running it back in reverse and back and forth to the song on the radio playing Papa Loves Mamba. And the van keeps
Papa Loves Mamba.
And it's hilarious.
Per describe, I can answer that question quite easily because we answered it Friday. Gary Dennis, what is your favorite comic that has not been given a TV or a movie treatment? BPRD.
Exactly.
BPRD. Now, besides BPRD, the one we agree on,
Six Gun.
You'd say Six Gun. I would have to say, out of the ones Transmetropolitan.
You know what? I'm going to change that to Cal McDonald.
That's a good choice. Yeah. Transmetropolitan, Cal McDonald, and BPRD. To answer your question with more than you asked for. Hardwick fell to mean ex-scorned who just wanted her revenge. Brian Smart with Hardwick. I don't know. We kind of danced around it because it gets kind of controversial. I think the guy got totally fucking hosed. I read that whole thing. Could it be revenge for something he did that was bad that we don't know about? Possibly, yes, of course. It just sounds like it was a bad relationship that broke up.
Yeah. Let them work it out, and whatever comes from it.
I don't like it costing him his job. I don't like that at all. That's scary shit.
The real McReady, Kroll. Yes, that's all you had to say was Kroll.
This channel is intellectual capacity. Oh, thank you, Marcus. Wow.
I don't know. Is that intellectual capacity?
It's past my intellectual capacity for sure. My intellectual capacity is seeping out my ear right now. Admiral Akbar should have had.
Admiral Akbar should have been the pill to light speeding into that big ship. Instead, they space him.
It should have been him instead. Yes.
Actually, if you look at that scene again, so all the original trilogy characters are all in the bridge there. So they spaced everybody from the original trilogy. including Leia. Leia is pretty much the only one that makes it back, by Mary Poppins herself back in. But yeah, they killed pretty much everyone off from the original trilogy in that one, except for Lando. Lando was nowhere to be found. I think they even mentioned that too, that he wasn't there because
he's going to be in the next one. That'll save it.
Yeah.
Best bad movie show ever, Mystery Science Theater 3000. Absolutely right, right, Brian Smart. Check out the one for Laser Blast. Please check out the one for Laser Blast. My friend's dad was in that movie. He was the pilot. And that movie was made to launder coke money. True story. Laser Blast.
Suburban Commando is a good movie. Nilla Shadow says. That was a bad movie. That was the one with Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah! Oh my God, I remember that. I saw that. I was like, why have I heard of that before?
Yeah, that was a really bad.
That was back when I watched the movie because Hulk Hogan was in it because he was one of my favorite wrestlers.
Oh, dude, Pauly Simeon, Call the Conqueror. That was a horrible movie. That was Kevin Sorbo as Call.
The new one.
Well, it's not new. It's it's like almost 20 years old now.
Okay, newer. Yeah.
That was right after he did Hercules. Right when he was in the middle of doing Hercules. And yeah, Kevin Sorbo, dude, I don't know if you've seen his Twitter tweets, but they've gone off the rails. He's like, woo, out there.
Nah, I think he's just on one side of the aisle. That's all. Night, Fenobi. Good night, Fenobi.
Night.
Farewell, Fenobi. There we go. Would love to see someone take another crack at a Global Frequency. The pilot was good. Freak Angels is another Ellis property that would make another good show. Carrie, I could not agree more. Global Frequency is such a good comic. I love Warren Ellis.
Love Warren Ellis. What's a good Warren Ellis comic? Fell.
Fell's good too.
Fell was awesome, and the fact that they haven't, collaborated more and gotten that stuff together.
Freak Angels is damn good, but Transmet's like the best. Transmet's the best.
Fell would actually make a really good series.
Transmet would be. I don't want to see anything from him before Transmet. Transmet has to be made first, and then we can talk Fell and Global Frequency and all kinds of other stuff. But
yeah, can it get worse than He-Man? Is what TJ Warner says. Yes, it
sure.
Can. It can get worse than He-Man. Catwoman. There you go.
Dennis and I were talking. We were talking about your dog, right? And we were lamenting the fact that in the 70s, you could make a movie about a dog that's not even that well trained, that's not even that cute, and it's basically a TV movie, and it becomes a ginormous success. I mean, this is shit you can't do anymore. Yeah. So Benji, we were talking about Benji. Like Benji was fucking huge. That movie was. It spawned. Yeah, it was a franchise.
4 sequels, something like that.
And it's a dog that basically could pick up a ball. Do what it's told.
Yeah, Brian Smart. I would like to see Frank Miller's Hard Boiled as a movie as well. That'd be nice.
Hard Boiled was great. Jeff Darrow.
Yeah. Artemis over Easy. Gary, you should sell glasses like yours along with a t-shirt to the wearers can mirror the logo. Those are Ray-Bans.
Oh yeah, I can get some fake ones. I should put some tape on tomorrow. Don't you think? So yeah, if anybody recognizes us from the show, we have a running bet that that person gets bought dinner by one of us. So
Agent Future, $5. Thank you. I don't want Lando in Star Wars 9. I don't want J.J. Abrams to kill his character in the worst way possible. I already called it. Is that Lando is going to be sent on a mission that he is not going to be able to complete and gets killed in the process, and Rey ends up completing his mission for him.
Right. He's going to get killed off camera. He'll be sitting down the whole time. Yes, Mary, I did love Benji too. I loved it too, but it was just, if you go back and watch it, you're like, the dog just gets up and walks around. That's all it does. Thank you, Agent Future, for the $5. Really appreciate it. Fell was great. Thoughts on Jagged Little Vein?
Jagged Little Vein's awesome.
Yep.
I like that book. That book's awesome.
Thanks to him, I learned about Godzilla Bukkake.
Yeah, I actually follow him on Twitter, and he has some of the best little Twitter things because he don't normally just post a picture of something, or he'll post one word with a picture, and it makes me laugh every time I see it because it's just out of the ordinary, and it's the best thing you can do. I definitely recommend following Lauren Ellis on Twitter. Yes, Benji was a poor man's Lassie, Polysimian. Uh, definitely was. Chewbacca doesn't die in Star Wars 9. He gets eaten by porgs. There's your irony right there. It comes
There
back
you
around. Marcus Kahn liked the movie A Boy and His Dog. Now that is a dog actor. He talked. Yeah. And he did actually a better acting job than what's his name from Miami Vice. Now I'm blanking on his name.
Don Johnson?
Don Johnson. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. The dog actually did act better than Don Johnson on that one. That's very young, Don Johnson.
Lassie was funny. What? Timmy fell in the well and can't get out. Timmy.
Timmy's where? Roof. He's on the roof.
He's in the roof.
He's in a well.
Roof.
Why haven't I seen a good version of William Gibson books, Neuromancer, Mona Lisa Overdrive, All Tomorrow Parties? Because they're badly written. I'm sorry. I take that back. William Gibson is a known technophobe, and I find it very humorous that a known technophobe has written a book about technology and has been embraced by as the father of cyberpunk, if you will. And it just brings me nothing but giddy joy that this man knows absolutely nothing about technology whatsoever, and yet he's being hailed as that. So I think that's the reason why you haven't seen a good version of it. Is it doesn't go back and read it again? They don't hold up all that well. I hate to say it. I have strong opinions about that,
though. You can send all your hate mail to Dennis about not liking William Gibson and Neuromancer. I don't know about Mona Lisa Overdrive, but yeah. But Benji had an alien robot, an alien prince, and an alien bounty hunters hunting them, right? Benji? I must have missed those Benjis.
Starman meets Lassie. No, Jody. I don't know what dream you were thinking of, but that would have been.
You know what? That script is being pitched though as we speak.
Johnny Mnemonic. No, Johnny Mnemonic is a bad movie, man. It's real. I have it on DVD. It makes me laugh because Dolph Lundgren as the cybernetic Messiah dude, and it's also one of the worst Henry Rollins roles that he's working in, where he just over enunciates everything and gets really excited when he speaks because, it has to be that way when you're actually giving lines out, man.
That's probably why I didn't get more roles.
Yeah.
I love Henry, but yeah.
I love it. Trust me, I pop that movie in every now and then because it's so bad that it's good. It comes back around again. And yeah.
Assassin's Pyro says they love cops and jailed in jail. What the fuck? I don't know why. Stockholm? It must be. Maybe they're hoping they're going to see themselves, but yeah, that was a big shock when I found that out. They are. And they love, maybe it's just, it's little schadenfreude and like, misery and loves company. It's like, look at that asshole getting caught. They all got caught like the same way. Very rarely does arrest go down and it's like going down in a blaze of glory, or, you look like a badass. Usually your pants are missing or halfway down. You've got a glazed look on your face. You're drooling, or you're begging for your mom. I don't know.
I mean, I have to go back to Johnny Mnemonic there, Polysimian. It's got a freaking dolphin in a tank wearing a tech helmet. And so it's telepathic on a bridge that can crack code. That's all I'm going to say right there. And that's only part of that movie.
Oh, Johnny Mnemonic?
Yeah, Johnny Mnemonic.
I like Johnny Mnemonic. It's terrible.
It's terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have it on DVD. I watch it from time to time. But yeah, it is a bad movie. It's so bad it's good.
Benji, Zax, and the Aliens was a TV show, says Daniel Nolan.
Oh wow,
there you go.
I missed that one.
Agent Future. What is this? If they're just bringing them back to kill him. Who's that? I missed part of a conversation. I hate it when that happens. It must be way up here. No, down. I don't know. What's up, JP? How's it going?
Jody Dennis, it's kind of like how Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was actually pretty heavily into the occult, right? Even though he wrote Sherlock, he was arguably someone who would be against it. Yeah, he was really heavily into the occult. And if I remember correctly, he worked with somebody else. Was it Tesla? Or was it Harry Houdini? I can't remember. There was somebody else famous that he actually had met about the occult stuff, and it's back in the memories bank someplace, and they've disappeared at this point.
Random says Rollins overacts, Danzig underacts. That's true.
This is true.
I've been to Glenn Danzig's house.
Really?
Yes, I have. It's so unassuming. It is so unassuming. It just looks like a suburban 2-story house in Hollywood.
Was he shirtless?
I mean, no, he wasn't shirtless at all. Yeah, it was. I mean, you could tell like a rock star owned it, but from the outside, it just looked like a house. Like, I mean, not like Glenn Danzig will put like, I don't know, black fucking gargoyles on the outside. I kind of thought he would, though. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah. Carrie Dalton, have you seen the Teen Titan posters downtown yet? Do they look as bad as the pics look? We haven't. We haven't been downtown as of yet.
We have it. And Crazy Carlos, I think, I think that's the hashtag. Not my trek. I think not my trek is wonderful. And he says this is not my trek is flooding all the CBS advertisements on Facebook and IG. LOL. That is such good news.
Actually, I think Persian scribes hashtag Dolphin Lives Matters.
They do. They do, especially telepathic ones. Yeah. So I'll talk to Doomcock about that. We should. I might do a video on that. I'll look at the advertisements that is really flooded. I'll point that out. That's hilarious. Thank you, Crazy Carlos. I might do a separate video on that later.
Slurmy Scott, Betty Davis was in that. What did Slurmy Scott say? If you scroll up a little bit,
Escape to Witch Mountain with Betty Davis.
Oh, okay, there we go. Should have mentioned it last night.
Oh, yeah,
right. She was in that. I forgot all about that. God.
Yeah, we were talking. The mystery cast last night was all about 80s movies, and we pretty much settled it that the 80s was pretty much the best time for fun and thrilling movies, for what we like here, for genre, for what's cool. I mean, like technically, probably the 70s movies were better. There's better acting. 90s were pretty. It was good for indie flicks. I mean, the 90s were fun, but for like straight up bubblegum blockbusters that 80s. Weren't attached to anything, it's all about the 80s.
Yeah. And Brian Smart, steampunk movie. I just lost it. There we go. Steampunk movie coming. I want to see is Mortal Engines. That looks so ridiculous. The one about the cities that are moving around.
Yeah. Sorry, you asked me about if that was Comic-Con, Brian. Let me check. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either about that one. But it looks so ridiculous that I might have to go and see it.
Now, what's it about? What's going on?
It takes place like far in the future, like 10,000 years in the future, something like that. And it's these cities. So like London is on legs. And they attack each other, these cities.
That looks kind of nuts.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Yeah. You would think if I'll keep an ear out, Brian, if I hear anything, I will let you know. Artemis Over Easy just says, no pants. Okay. Wait, I'm losing my mouse here. Have you seen the Teen Titans posters
I read that
downtown yet? Okay. Do they look, is it the Titans?
I guess there's some
Not Teen Titans Go.
No, it's not Teen Titans Go.
Thing.
No.
Dolphins Lives Matter.
Wasn't Conan Doyle friends with Harry Houdini? Didn't you? Yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't Tesla, so it was Harry Houdini that he was working with Jody. And they were trying, yeah, they were actually trying to solve actual mysteries. They were trying to find out if ghosts were real, if they could speak to people on the other side, all that kind of stuff.
Well, Houdini, no, Harry Houdini was a total freaking skeptic. I thought he
No, he actually believed because the whole thing was his mother supposedly had
I
a.
thought he like busting those people, like
He
all
did.
the
He did bust all the
clairvoyants and
mediums,
stuff. Yeah,
but he worked with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who supposedly was a believer in this, and that's why they kind of worked together. So one was a skeptic, one was me. This is before X-Files.
yeah. Well, didn't they propose a show? Wasn't there a show or comic, or why am I? This is hitting my brain now.
There should have been.
I thought there was a
Houdini,
proposal or something. I can't remember.
Houdini wanted to contact his mother because there was a word that she said that she would give him. That was their code word, basically their safe word, if you will, that she was on the other side.
I watched a History Channel thing where they said he was a big old skeptic and he busted all that shit.
Yeah,
but,
because
I mean, they could be wrong. I'm not saying, it's just the History Channel.
Well, every medium he went to, no one gave them his mother's code word.
Yeah.
So he knew it was all full of shit.
Well, the special I saw on History Channel was the narrative was that he just went out to bust that shit because he thought that they took advantage of his mom or something like that.
Yeah, they did.
And then he was out to disprove all of it. So, and he gave the word out just in case, maybe, but I never heard that mentioned in the show. The show I watched was like he was a straight up skeptic. Again, I'm not saying I'm not saying Dennis is wrong. This was like a decade ago, and if you go back and watch some of those History Channel shows, some of their facts are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff, time.
Woo woo.
Houdini wanted to contact his mother, says Random Game Users.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll take picks this weekend. Thank you, Carlos.
Yeah, definitely.
Houdini and Doyle big great TV show. Yeah, maybe we just talked about it being a TV show.
I think that's brilliant. What it was. Yeah, and you could actually have a good X-Files movie again, or a show that wasn't tainted by Chris Carter.
It was Return to Witch Mountain with Betty Davis.
Yes, that was a good. That was a good sequel too.
There was a steampunk web series called World of Steam on YouTube, but it never quite got past one episode. There are steampunk operas called The Dolls of New Albion. Have you seen it? No. The only steampunk I've seen is the stuff they did at Coachella, which was pretty cool.
Brian Smart, there was a short run series called Houdini and Doyle, ran 7 episodes and was canceled. So there was something that was out there. Okay, I do remember. ABC, if I remember correctly, had it.
They should try it again. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I thought I remembered something like that.
Yes. Okay, so I do remember that now. I knew that there was something that was out there, and it was kicking around in the back of my head.
Steampunk needs to explain why coal, gas, and oil is either gone or unusable. Otherwise, it's too niche. And that's pretty easily explained if they just have to go back and they ran out of fossil fuels, or they live in a world where they can't have any more.
You know who did the best steampunk was Wild Wild West, and I'm not talking about the shitty movie with Will Smith. I'm talking about the original TV show. That was some good steampunk.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really around. Good steampunk was that the Doctor. What was that sculpture we saw at Comic-Con? With
the Predator ones?
No, the Doctor. I'm talking steampunk, not Predator. It was a big sculpture of a doctor with a monocle, and he's got like this gun, and it's all steampunk. He's with this hot assistant. I took a picture of it. I can't remember it now. I can't remember it. That was good steampunk.
Yeah, The Secret Adventures of Jules Verne would have been a good steampunk show. Persian Scrap.
Diesel punk is greater than steampunk. Nihilist says Nihilist Shadow. Petropunk. Secret Adventures of Jules Verne was my favorite steampunk show, and some Sanctuary episodes, but steampunk has not really been done well yet. No, it hasn't. They threw little tiny steampunk elements into Doctor Who in the beginning of Matt Smith's era. If you looked at his at the Sonic Screwdriver, it's brass, and yeah.
Mario Gentle, I play some awesome steampunk role-playing game based on the miniature game called War Machine and Hordes, set in the Iron Kingdoms.
The Wild West TV series was amazing. I love that freaking show.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'd love to take. I couldn't take them seriously when I got called by the
Lovecraft
thing. Okay. The Houdini and Doyle show was on Sky One, and then WGN ran it.
I think. I think I saw it on TBS. Is where I think TBS might have picked it up at some point too. I remember seeing that it was advertised, and I think I saw the first episode and I dropped it. I don't think it was very well made.
1920s is more my speed. Gangster punk.
Slurmy Scott, yay, Wild Wild West. His pants were so tight they had to sew them on. Fun fact, in the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, The Villain, I don't know if you remember that one with Kirk Douglas. Yeah, it's a really weird movie. It's kind of cartoony. And Margaret was in it. So it was it was pre-Conan, so it was right.
Okay, so it was like
1980, I think.
Streets of San Francisco era Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
And okay.
No, Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas. Yeah. I thought you said Michael Douglas.
And Kirk Douglas played the villain, kind of like his Yosemite Sam. And it was literally like a live-action cartoon. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, they literally sewed him into his shirts every single time. And to get them off, they would rip him off of them. That's how tight the shirts were that were on him in that movie.
Damn.
Yeah. 1979. There we go.
The Villain. Nice.
Yeah. I saw that in the theater. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
I don't even remember it. All right. So it's getting to wind down time. I gotta eat.
Me too.
I haven't had any dinner. We need to go out and eat. We're gonna go hit the town. So keep an ear out, folks. Again, DMs are open on Twitter. If you're down here in San Diego, let's hang out. We can go to a panel. We can do whatever. Crazy Carlos. I'll try and find some location downtown, and when you're not working, we can meet up. We have some panels we need to go to, but otherwise we're free. We're going to be live streaming every night. I'm not going to keep every one of them up, but I'll keep them up for a few days, so you guys, I won't take it off as quick as I did the last one. Sorry about that. So you guys can watch them and enjoy them. If I ever do take them off, remember they're always at nerdrotic.com a couple days later. So, and that's where we put all our audio and video podcasts. Dennis's Twitter's at The Force. Mine is at Nerdrotics. And yeah, again, contact us anytime. Yeah, send me your number. I'll get you my number back, Carlos. And we'll meet up. That'll be fun. It'll be just, maybe we'll see Johnny Pappas too. I know he's not on this chat tonight. He's probably busy getting set up for con and stuff. But we'll see him later. And this is the best chat ever, right? Slurmy, it's good to see Man of Action back, Bad Bunny, Artemis Over Easy, Paulie Simeon, Steven Ernst, Crazy Carlos, of course, TJ Warner, Mario Gentle, Marcus Khan, Nihilist Shadow, Jody, How's Your Father, Persian Scribe, Brian Smart. I already said that one. Random Gamer User 42, Mary Ashmead. I said Mario's already. I'll say Mario again. There you go.
Slurmy
Scott, Carrie Dalton, Agent Future. Again, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Artemis Over Easy. I just skipped a bunch over there, didn't I?
No, that's fine. You're not gonna be able to get everybody in.
I'm not, but I want to try. We do. JP. Is it that one?
Daniel Nolan.
Daniel Nolan. Is that Daniel Nolan from San Francisco? Daniel Nolan? Is that the one I know?
Possibly.
Yeah.
And Assassin's Pyro.
Philip A. Demick. James Hayes. Lubella. Man, we had a lot of people in here tonight. This is great. This is great.
And also Dakota Stanton, who gave us the super chats earlier on as well, who is at work at the moment.
Yes, Penn Farm Girl was here earlier. Viking Bitch, of course. Apple Crow. Rittner 007. And that's about as far up as we can go.
Johnny Mattress.
Oh, what's that?
Johnny Mattress.
Johnny Mattress. Oh, that's right, with the praying hands. All right, cool. So, hey, thanks everybody for watching. You guys are great, and we'll be back up tomorrow night. Don't know what time yet. Our Thursday thing is done. Probably like 7:30 or 8 our time. We'll try to get it earlier, but do look for stuff during the day too. If you haven't joined the Facebook group, because we'll be doing videos on that like a lot. And if something big happens, I will put it on the YouTube channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you watch us for TV recaps, we'll be back to our regular programming next week. We are covering a couple TV shows. So our next one is Ancient Aliens on Friday with Susan. So we got a double dose of Susan next this coming Friday. And then, of course, it's followed by Castle Rock, and then of course Better Call Saul, and maybe Winona Earp. Maybe we'll jump on that one in the second episode. So all right, everybody, take us out, man.
Children of Earth, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, otherwise you might get lost at Comic-Con in the big crowds.
Right. Or touched inappropriately.
Yeah,
sorry. May the small folk sing songs of your greatness. See you tomorrow, everybody.
Everyone.